Repeat, the imposter is not to be injured.
Stream Elements says, Scorquana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online. Star Trek Online, no respect, I tell ya. February 13th, 2022.
Damn it. Falling behind. Something that should only take a few seconds ends up taking all damn night. Save as MP3. Save on the desktop, dumbass. There you go. Okay, go off of that, off of that. Click there, cut. Okay, go there. Sounds. And paste. And then delete. Okay, then in there, pick the sound file. It's got to be specific, else it will not play. There we go. No cooldown. And leave it as is. There we go. Alright, damn it. Okay, engage. Managed to overcook my lasagna, following the instructions on the box. If we put the power level halfway, it's Joker to nuke the hell out of it. I love how in the middle of a program just not going fast enough, you press a button accidentally. Like, it's not responding. Gary, the Klingon. I should have named him Gary Senior. Let's do this again. Okay. Okay, while we're waiting for that, let's see. One more spore canister and Lilo will have it. Okay. What was the if we actually did want to hurry that along? don't care for that shit. Okay. Do time. Yeah, I can't believe it. Stouffer's lasagna, right? Okay. I've been eating this stuff years. Same one. Now, the instructions used to be like 4 minutes or whatever, full power, covered. Then you take the cover off, put it on half power, another 4 minutes or whatever, and it was okay. Then they changed the instructions. It was like 8 minutes or whatever, full power with the something peeled back the edge of it or something like that. Then you do a 1/4 rotation and put it in there for some more minutes, and cook the rest of it. Why rotate? Who knows? But if your microwave automatically rotates, then do you rotate or does it? But now the instructions are back down to like 6 minutes full and 7 half power. I told that damn microwave half power and it cooked the hell out of this. Power level was set to 5 out of 10. So I had to throw half of it away. I'm so sad. Even the cheese. The cheese was like this black, just part of the rock thing. That sucks. So next time, I guess I'll just have to forego the whole 48-minute oven time that used to say at 54. I don't know why they gotta change that too. It's crazy. You always gotta be changing shit. So I'm saving the box in case the instructions change. Unless I'm experiencing Mandela effect, sometime fierce years. Sometime fierce. Sometime, not time, sometime fierce. Sometime fierce. Okay. Talking away, I don't know what I have to say. Anyway. I'm gonna chew the hell out of this shit. Oh, water burp. Guessing to break down pretty good. Maybe in that Velveeta cup or whatever before, just macaroni didn't seem to cook all the way. It was hard and I ate it anyway. Maybe that was a contributing factor to that whole problem that day. I don't know. Maybe it would have been better with just a can of ravioli or some shit. A ran of cavioli. Trying to hide, bastard. Played a little bit of what's his face? Gary Klingon. Got him to level 20. So I can collect all the bullshit from temporal agent person or whatever. Need one of those rabbit things, little pet water feeder thing. Just have it to the side, go whatever. Yeah. I thought this is on you in the blender. Lights on ya. Lights off ya. I wonder if I'll have any kind of repercussions from eating a Stouffer's lasagna. Probably wake up vomiting and hurting again.
Congratulations, Admiral.
Thank you very much, Mr. Spock. And I thank everybody for coming around here today. Skills specialization.
Arcanoloth says, Gorn kills same day as dancing. Nice.
Oh, dude, I hadn't even looked at the endeavors. Hello. Nimbus dance competition and the Gorn. That's interesting. Deal interproton damage space. Destroy Voth ships. Okay. And will not be getting. Let's see. Well, 6.7. What is it like? 8, 11, 20, 2000. Okay. And 6.
Arcanoloth says, Voth ships, easy.
Yes. Vorth.
Arcanoloth says, APDMG space, easy.
Okay, I need to max this one out. What the hell? It just popped out of nowhere. Okay. And Leilu will not be battling in space anymore. For a long time. How are you doing tonight, day, morning? Tomorrow night. Tonight? Yes. I'm eating burnt lasagna that the microwave decided to overcook. Even though I put the power setting low like it said, it still nuked the hell out of it. I need to look that up. Hamilton Beach microwave. Why are you overcooking at half power level? Okay, that. Hark the herald angels sing. Why in the world are the herald down there? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, I don't really care about the rest of that shit. Let's see. Microwave knows. I should have put that shit in the oven. Waited my 48
Arcanoloth
minutes.
says, Imma post this vid I saw on the Sto Reddit, https://www.youtube.com/watch, v=_xcfm37zfca.
What is that? Video you saw on Reddit. Is it safe?
Arcanoloth says, someone was testing the Jubilant Cadence trait, and they noticed it has a visual effect on the hull.
Is it a super glitch?
Arcanoloth says, comes on the New Orleans class, so OFC they joked it looks like Mardi Gras.
Looks like Mardi Gras. That's funny. The New Orleans Mardi Gras parade. In space!
Arcanoloth says, so they laid some music over it. Remix of My Girl Likes to Party All the Time.
Neat. Ah, damn, my people are stuck at the doors again. Mother shit. God. Okay. I can fix this. I can fix this. Alright, command center. Back out to the park. There they are. Okay.
Arcanoloth says, something to do in the 30 minutes that infected Space Elite is on cooldown.
Cooldown?
Arcanoloth says, activate party mode.
Activate party mode. Engaged. Farty mode. Hate having a little bit of dampness in my ear whenever I'm wearing headphones. Or a headset. Whichever comes first. I do need to get like a back support for this chair now. Since I got a new bottom for it, and the bottom's not the exact one that goes with the chair, so it sits a little further forward. Which is weird because I gave them the exact model number and everything of that chair. And they sent me something else. Then you look up the model of my chair and it looks just like how my chair used to look.
Arcanoloth says,
is like, man.
Dad was asking me to look up some TV movie he saw back in 1988, and I'm like, oh hey, it's on YT. I love the internet.
Yeah. It's free on on YouTube, or you have to pay for it? It's like one of those with ads or something. Wink, wink, hint, hint. With wink ads. If you or someone you know suffers from ads, call them on them. Cal does number now. We had to jerk back a little bit and go forward. Like some of the people around here, when they say forward, they say fireward. With the AR. Fireward. Or is it FAW? It's something like that. Forward. I'm like, forward? You don't talk like us around here. Where you from?
Arcanoloth says, love it when they give you the wrong part. I had a car once, they had to order parts like 5 times before they figured out someone Frankensteined the entire front end at the junkyard before they rebuilt the title.
Oh my god.
Had to replace most of the radiator assembly cause I took it to the dealer like a dummy.
Holy shit.
Arcanoloth says, feel like I deserved a discount for training that mechanic to always check.
You weren't a smartass to him, were you? Well, you think, like, okay, if a mechanic works on a car, they know vehicles and all this stuff. If they're a professional in an actual dealership or something, they should have a manual, part for part, you know, of how to break down that vehicle, what to look at, whatever, like a diagram.
Arcanoloth says, now I was polite cause I want my car back.
Oh, yeah, well, sometimes you just gotta bite your lip, huh? Bite my lip and say, hello, everybody. How are you? Goodbye, everybody. I go to the bathroom now. I go take shit. You come with.
Arcanoloth says, oh yeah, you would think the dealer would know, but in my experience, that place was just winging it.
Ooh. Or one of those used car lots that have the brand
Arcanoloth says,
on the name.
haha, bite your lip, not your thumb.
Boink. Bite your ass. Bite your own ass. Hey, what the fuck? Okay. WTF? What the blend? As Boris would say. Boris posted him a new video. It's pretty interesting. Dubai, I think, is he went on a little road trip or flew in an airplane and got there, did a city review of Dubai. It's hilarious. Talks about the sidewalks being only like a foot wide. He's Boris. He's Boris. It's almost as bad like whenever I had my my Volkswagen painted. You know, the Volkswagen engine in the back kind of situation. The exhaust pipes connect to the muffler that's attached to the engine itself in the back.
Arcanoloth says, nowadays they are probs on YT on their phones. Rich Rebuilds reverse engineered all the Teslas without a manual and posted how to fix them. Hard part is Tesla does not sell parts, so he always needs battery packs.
Ooh.
Has extra of everything else.
Hey. But when I took it to get it painted, I took it like bare bones, you know, steering wheel in it, of course, no gas tank, because I wanted that area painted, which they said no problem. And got it there and all that. They goofed up on some of the paint, so I gave them a bad, like a little mixed review or whatever online. And they put in there that my car came to them without an engine in it, so it wouldn't run, so they had to push it around or whatever. And I said, bullshit, the engine was in it, it's in the back because it's a Volkswagen. This is like a place that specializes in painting cars, and in a picture, like up on the wall.
Arcanoloth says, anytime somewhere floods, he gets Teslas that were totaled to flood damage.
Ooh.
Battery is ruined but the rest of the car is fine once he tears it down and cleans it.
Oh, that's nice. But in this picture on this wall in this guy's
Arcanoloth
place.
says, haha, you'd think they would know how to work on M.
Yeah. And then, like, on the picture, like on the wall or whatever, there's like Volkswagens, because this paint shop has been around forever, you know, it's a family-owned thing. And they didn't know that a damn old Volkswagen's engine was in the back of the car. What the fuck? And I said, yes, the engine was there. And they're like, no, it wasn't. I said, you see those tailpipes in that picture? The only way those tailpipes are there is because it's connected to that engine. If you have tailpipes somehow mounted there, I don't know how you'd have done that, but anyway, they screwed up on it. And they didn't sand it first. I had sanded it myself just to kind of prepare it a little bit, but then they got like in a big deal or like too fast, and I wanted it because they said they'd have it done within like a few weeks, and it was just like a few months later. I'm like, hey. So they did one of those quick paint jobs to it and didn't prep the car correctly. But then I needed to get another fender and hood painted once, and they were the only ones that could paint it to match apparently, and they used the original paint code that I wanted for the car versus what they had painted it before, so now there's a little mismatch of that, but who the fuck cares? I don't drive it anymore anyway. It sits there and collects dirt. Wouldn't be as bad if they didn't mow around it and get it all over the place. They're always telling me, you need to wash that car. You need to get it cranked up again. Oh, well, I need time to do that shit. I don't have time to do nothing. If I didn't have a job, that's what I told her. I said, if I didn't have a job, I'd do it. I actually have some time to get out there. But I'd hate to be like in the middle of doing something with it, and all of a sudden, oh, they need you to come to work. You're like, mm-hmm. I'd hate to like actually go on vacation. They probably call you in from that. Okay. Need to do this. Man, I painstakingly went through my Klingon recruit, doing some story missions.
Says, I drove my share of convoys in the army. Now I drive family to apps. Today we just cruised around for a bit. Haven't done that in years.
That's nice. Just go out for like a little stroll. And we did that when we'd go camping up in the mountains. Of course, my dad would get drunk, and then we'd go out there, you know, and you'd look and you'd be like right at the very edge of falling off like a... I guess you could call it a cliff, but it did have trees down there. And the road was a cliff pretty much, you know, winding around the mountain. No guardrails or nothing like that, just a gravelly dirt road. In fact, I don't even know how we survived every year. Drinking and driving in the mountains. Ah. There's this ATV park around here where I live.
Arcanoloth says, Dad never drank in front of me. Says he quit when he had us. I respect that.
That's nice. But there's this ATV park around where I'm at called Muddy Bottoms. And people, you know, come up there and they ride their four-wheelers / ATVs, side-by-sides, whatever they want to call these damn things. Do not go there. Fuck. I couldn't see it because of the chat box. I kind of figured that's what it was asking. This thing is so stupid. Prompt me in the middle sometimes. What'd you think? Okay, now go here to stop and go to ground battle zone. All right. But the whole point of like people going to this ATV park thing, they'd ride in the mud, get all dirty and all that bullshit. And no, we're gonna go back to that one because that's the one we came from. Son of a bitch. But what's always funny is like they'll do this on certain weekends or whatever. And
Arcanoloth says, I minimize chatbox most of the time yet. Too busy.
Well, this chat box it's oh my god. This chat box comes with Streamlabs and it overlays over the screen. God, I couldn't click off of that. But it's a half, like 50-50 type thing. And it hides the buttons over here on the side where I can't actually read them too well. And so whenever I see something about like just kind of guessing what's there, That's
Arcanoloth
not what it
says,
is.
"Oh, that's me if you need a team."
Oh, okay. No, I don't need a team. I just need to not click on the wrong button half the damn time. Okay. Okay, in there, and where is it wanting us to be? Over there at the outskirts. Okay. If I can learn not to click on the wrong thing. But what I hate about this thing though is like sometimes it pops up in the center to click stuff, but sometimes it pops up over here on the right side. And it'll jump back and forth, but you can't click on it. I don't know why they do that. It's just completely insane.
Arcanoloth says, "Sorry if I slowed you down there, was thinking we could both hunt for boss tags / push zones." Arcanoloth says, "Try to make it go faster."
Oh no, you wouldn't have slowed me down or anything like that. I slowed myself down by accidentally clicking the wrong thing and leaving the area. But like yeah, if you can see the cursor, maybe about like halfway on the right side of the screen, and about maybe what is that, like there's half, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, a sixth of the way over here on the side, right side, halfway down, is the chat box for Twitch, and I have it at 50% transparency, and anything at the bottom part I can't really see if there's text there, so I have to guess what the button is by just memory. And I thought it said transport, and it did. It said Undine Battle Zone. That damn Undine Battle Zone button has gotten me in trouble several different times throughout the years.
Arcanoloth says, "Ah, okay. I put endeavors up top, right of minimap."
Yeah, they're always right there. I mean, like the button that says, like, you know, click to go in here. It'll like jump around. It'll be over here and over here, and you're like, I tried. It's one of the things about games. Whenever I play them, I try to keep everything kind of at the basic default, you know, to keep it just there and not to really customize it too much. Because I never know if like I'm gonna need to install it somewhere else, and then the customization is gonna have to, like, you know, change. So I just leave it at default and don't think too much about it. But that's why I have my screen layout as the default version of the game. And I can't shrink it down.
Arcanoloth says, "Yeah, customization only if I'm going to play for a long time."
Well, I didn't think I'd be playing this game this long. It's a different type of game. I mean, you know, like the streamer Judas Descartes, you know, he was talking about playing Apex, and I was like, dude, I can't play Apex. First-person shooters, I just can't.
Arcanoloth says, "Stow is an MMO, so I put a bit of thought into how to set it up, then saved that setup and loaded it on Alts."
Well, you can save the setup. That's right. I think maybe you mentioned that before. I have a bad memory when it comes to a lot of that shit. But he was talking about like playing Apex and the cross-platform of it, you know, because he's on Xbox One, and I was like, dude, I can't play that. If I was on your team, we'd die, you know. And he says, come on, it's like a, you know, adrenaline rush and all this stuff. And I'm thinking, dude, I got like blood pressure issues, and and I just suck at it.
Arcanoloth says, "Oh yeah, you can write it out to a text file, then load."
Oh, can you export it with commands? But but I like the kind of like games where you don't like get too frustrated. You don't, like, you know, your heart's not racing and all this kind of stuff, because that's not healthy. So that's why Star Trek is like just a, you know, laid back and chill game to me.
Arcanoloth says, "It's okay to not like shooters. I used to enjoy them in my 20s, not as much now."
Yeah, I mean, I played my share of like a few of them, not every damn one of them, but mostly Halo. And the analog sticks on a controller, I could not, for the life of me, get it to where I can like shoot straight or anything like that. Doom, of course, you know, duh, it's easy because it automatically just shoots anything in front of you and targets up and high and low. But I just can't. When it comes to first-person shooters, if it's a one-on-one or whatever on somebody match, I'll lose every time because I can't aim for shit. Even on mouse and keyboard, I can't do this shit. So I just, you know, I always tell everybody, hey, if you want to lose, you know, if there's like a count, like if whoever makes it to 20 kills first wins, then you don't want me on your team because I'll die 20 times within like 5 seconds. That's why I'm not confident at shooter games at all. I'd like to play them, you know, if it's a good story involved, but I'm not about to like just play and stuff because he said something about strategy, and I'm not good at strategy games either. I mean, I was never good at strategy in real life either. Like when I was taking Taekwondo, they said you need to come up with some combos. And, you know,
Arcanoloth says, each has their own skill. Some are more Twitch-based, some are more team-based, all require map awareness.
Yeah. I mean, I used to play like Quake 3 Arena, you know, with some friends or whatever like that, and I'd die every damn time. I may have killed them like once out of every 60 kills. You know, they'd kill me like 50 times. I'd kill them one time, so I'd get like the 51st. You know, like, but yay, you know. But yeah, I'm not a gamer like everyone else is. It's the difference between liking to play games and being good at that.
Arcanoloth says, Unreal Tournament was my jam. Quake 3 was great.
Unreal Tournament was it was awesome. I still have it installed. I mean, I crossed the installation over on every PC that I have. Like the version that I have installed in here, it's the 1999. I don't know if it's the Game of the Year version or the 2000 Game of the Year version, because you know they had like 3 or 4 of those things out there. But I used to make maps in it too. You know, duh, right?
Arcanoloth says, games are for fun. Nobody is going to pay me to play a sports, so it has to be fun.
But I would make like voice packs for Unreal Tournament. Even downloaded some too. I made Captain Kirk 3D like player or whatever bot. And every once in a while, if I get really super bored and the internet's down, I can just pop in Unreal Tournament, play with all my little figures, dudes that I made on there. Yeah, it's great. What's that?
Hello.
Oh, what the hell? What the blin?
Arcanoloth says, so many great community maps, so many mods that became games.
Yeah, dude. There was one called Redemption, and it was nothing but the Redeemer on there. You know, you like fire it off and just find another one like 5 steps away from you, fire it off too. What was another one? There was a bunch of DM. There's one called DM Kitchen where you run around like the size of a mouse. DM Kitchen 2. I made one of. I even have the video of it on my YouTube channel. The dude that introduced me to Unreal Tournament, he took pictures of his room because I said I want to make your room as like the DM Kitchen type version where it's super big and we're tiny and we can play, you know. So I need some pictures of your room, and he took a picture because he lived in the basement, and I made his room like to scale, and then blew it up in the game editor where you make maps, and it was pretty awesome. And I still have it.
Arcanoloth says, Killing Floor was a mod that won a contest. Great game.
Yeah, you can. I mean, there's so much you can do in games to like further them along to make them better. Like, you know, for instance, Minecraft, right? The basic Minecraft, everyone's like, meh, you know, but then you add all the mods in and like places. One of the best ones that I like was Galacticraft for Minecraft. I never finished it though. Every time that I would start it up, I'd get pissed off at the creepers like up on the moon, and they'd blow me up every damn time. I'd get scared to go anywhere on there and run out of oxygen, that sort of, you know. But it was fun to get it going and to like launch it and stuff. That was so great. Galacticraft. I love mods from Minecraft. I got an email today from Mojang about migrating Minecraft account over to Microsoft account. I guess they're finally merging that together. Did I do that already? Nope. So I guess I need to do that. If that's the case, is that mean that...
Arcanoloth says, Minecraft taught a lot of people to code in Java and got jobs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Mojang or whatever his name was, building it in Java, which a lot of people use. You know, I've tried Java. I can't. That coding language is like just confusing to me. But I've tried it before. It's none of it ever made any sense. It wasn't logical. It was like an actual language that didn't have any rules or some shit. It was just insane, and it would crash instead of like, you know, testing a script or something.
Java is quite verbose.
Yeah, you like test a script or something and it would like fail, and I couldn't figure out where the hell the failure was. So I just gave up on trying to learn it. In fact, I was trying to learn Python. Was it for Discord, I think? Or was it for this? For Streamlabs. Damn, I can't remember. I kind of gave up on that too. Oh, yes. It was, I was trying to, okay, in Perl or IRC chat way back in the day, like in the early 2000s, late 90s, you know, Perl was pretty good. IRC going pretty strong.
Arcanoloth says, several people were first rated with the language, but they needed to write code that ran on the JVM, so they made new languages that cross-compile to Java for that purpose.
Now that's a good idea. The language can compile over to that. That makes a lot of sense. I love my if then else and statements and stuff. But what I don't like is not having brackets. Brackets just make it look clean. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, the script Infobot, the Perl script or program. I guess you can call it program, which is a script, but it was so awesome in the chat and stuff. And so I was thinking, make one of those for Discord.
Perl is still going. It's no longer the hip language it was in the 90s and 2000s when Zuckerberg used it to write FB.
Yeah, you had to have so many permissions for Perl. Mostly based on like Linux platform, but you know, then they had like Apache version of Perl, which I still have installed. I had all kinds of bullshit installed in this computer. Even recently installed a CCTV DVR codec to decode CCTV video. Thank you, work, for letting me have that. But I tried to convert, like going through each one of the Infobots like scripts and stuff, convert it over to Python so that I could use it like in here, for instance. In this Yachtsbot that I have, I was going to try to make it more of like an Infobot thing where it would retain information and you can just ask it and it would pop up the, you know, thing like Infobot would do. But Python it's completely different than a lot of the programming language. I mean, the if-then-else statements things are the same,
Arcanoloth says,
you know,
WebDev is mostly JS frameworks now. You need JS for frontend, so all the web devs learn JS, so the backend jobs are all using frameworks built on JS because that's what the applicants know.
I learned PHP for web stuff. Well, first, of course, HTML and Notepad, but you know, got out of that and PHP'd my way into learning more. The boxes are still around, these damn people.
Arcanoloth says, Python is very opinionated about how to format code. because the creator felt strongly that's the way to avoid a lot of problems in other languages.
It just looks so clean whenever you when you use brackets and stuff. Even MIRC's scripting language, which is, you know, based off of basic stuff or whatever. I would even use its scripter because it had a line checker thing in it, to where if it was a bracket mismatch or whatever, it would tell you what line it was on that started the bracket mismatch. And I would use that for Perl. Like I would put the Perl script or whatever into MIRC and click the check button, and it would check to see if my brackets equaled out correctly when I would have a problem. Of course, Perl does have its way of telling you that there's a problem in this line and that line. Once I started using VI or VIM or whatever, the program to actually code it in or whatever like that, because I was using Notepad and just like sending it to a server to test it that way. I still have my Debian server back from the day, back in the early 2000s. It was an IBM, I think it was a 1993 IBM computer, or maybe a 93 to 95, because I never had Windows on it, so I don't really know what. But it's an old one though, you know. And I had my scorpwana.com on it at one time, and I'd log into it and test stuff out, make things. Oh, that was so fun. Trying to make my own Internet Movie Database at one time too, using
Arcanoloth says, "Oh man, I've done some basic stuff with Linux distros, but I never mastered Vim/Emacs or wrote PHP."
Well, when I say Vim, I mean like the editor, you know. I guess that's what we're both talking about. Because there's a version, I think of it, what was it? You can download CGWin or whatever, and it had a lot of, like, you know, Linux stuff going on. Because what was it? If you install Perl or Apache or ActiveState Perl on Windows, it uses the Perl package module installer versus the actual, like, real installers that you would have for Perl modules. And a lot of that stuff just didn't work right. Even the bot, like the info bot that I now have because that guy gave it to me, the one that we used in Farscape chat years ago, it wouldn't run correctly on the Apache or, well, ActiveState Perl version versus the Linux Perl version. So I had to install, I think it was CGWin, and move the bot over to that and run it off of Windows.
Arcanoloth says, Cygwin was the way back in the day yet. Today MS has Linux subsystem for Windows, because they were losing market share to Linux for web dev, because the entire web dev software ecosystem runs on Linux.
Yeah, I tried to get Linux or that working for my Windows, but some sort of virtual something in the BIOS wouldn't allow it on my computer because it's a piece of shit old, I guess. I don't know.
Arcanoloth says, MS was founded by a developer, so they understand you need to have first-class tools for devs if you want them to use your platform.
Yeah, and man, there's a lot of good Linux programs out there for stuff that people create that are, you know, they're not GUI based or anything, but usable if you know what the command to tell it or whatever, you know. It's just and it's just so awesome, that stuff. I used to like watching Linux make files. You know, you put it in there to like make install and all that. I just like watching the screen when it would ask me questions about where is your text editor.
Arcanoloth says, Linux is proof not everything is done for profit yet.
Yeah, Linux is pretty awesome. It takes a lot of configuring and understanding to use it, you know, the correct way. Of course, you have the distributions like Ubuntu or like the smaller stuff that make it easier for like the GUI stuff or whatever.
Arcanoloth says, although today, majority of the Linux kernel is maintained by people employed by companies that want their hardware supported, That's their full-time job.
Yeah. And there's like major updates all the damn time with Linux. Little updates, you know. Let's see, we're gonna jump over to map here. Like, you know, you install like one of the latest versions, and then like a week or so later, there's like an update to this little piece here.
Arcanoloth says, some distros are easier to install than others, but sooner or later you will need the command line.
Yep, it's the basis of everything. Except Windows, apparently, since they took out MS-DOS and just have command in there. Or, well, PowerShell now, is it? That's right, it's PowerShell. Even though I'd undone
says,
that.
Rolling VS stable distro, that's one of the big decisions.
Yeah, like the Linux live CD. Man, I can remember like back then, if you wanted like a copy of Linux or something, you could buy it off of eBay. It's just someone that burned a copy to like a CDR or whatever. So stupid. I had a buddy do that. He said he wanted to install Linux on his computer or whatever, and I'm thinking, well, why don't you download it? He said, no, you can't. You got to buy that from. I'm like, no, you could download that. So he like goes to eBay and finds like Red Hat something version whatever, and then just buys it. And it's somebody who's just copied the installer to a CD and made like a label.
Arcanoloth says, oh god, the sneakernet days. I bought stuff off eBay cause I had dial-up.
Yeah, that may have been what was going on actually, because we had dial-up around my area, and that was it. So it would take for damn ever to download anything, especially like a 650
Arcanoloth says,
ISO file.
Today, you can still beat a fiber connection with a car full of drives if you need to send that much data.
And then they had like the small installs, like and you would just update as you went, you know. Like the Debian version, which I have on this old IBM that's behind me. It's my server. I should really like turn it on and hook it up just to see if it's still. I don't know, the CMOS battery's probably dead in it, but.
Arcanoloth says, Amazon has this service where they send a 18-wheeler to your site, load server racks with your data, and drive it to their AWS cluster.
Oh wow. Speaking of Amazon, today is it's still the 14th. It's almost 11 o'clock. And mine, it runs out on the 15th, not the 14th, so I was confused. So I wonder if if the 15th is the end of that, or if it hits 15, if that's the end of me having free Amazon. I had to check the membership thing, because I swear before it said that if I wanted to cancel the free trial or something like that. I don't know. I've been thinking, like, what if I created another Amazon account? Could I get another free trial and like continue another 2 months of like under a different name, or do they have a way of, you know, knowing, or I guess IP address, but and yeah. Bam. But I looked, and I can watch like Ancient Aliens on the History Channel app on the Roku, so there's that. Roku's got some stuff. They had like some old Star Trek Next Generation on one day. Thought, well, this is interesting. Master Doctor. The hell you want, Captain?
Arcanoloth says, Dear Esther is free on Steam until the 16th. Redeem now to keep forever. Not sure I'd call it a Valentine's Day game unless I had a dark sense of humor.
Dear Esther? What is that? Is it a Valentine themed game? Redeem now to keep it forever? It's not like Doki Doki Literature Club or whatever, is it? Just Monica. Dude, I should totally make that a GIF or something like that. Or her just popping up in the corner or something. That's some heinous stuff, though, that game. Doki Doki Literature Club. I remember a kid, like, that used to come in the store back when I worked at the other Dollar General. He may have been, like, maybe 9 or 10.
Arcanoloth says, it's a bit spooky. I enjoyed it. Some people call it a walking sim. You explore, and try to work out what's happening.
Oh, is it kind of freaky? Like you know, Norman Reedus was in a video game that never happened, but it was supposed to be like Silent Hill or something, or a prequel to that. And that's what you're making me think of that, talking about this game. I mean, I'll install a free game if it's not too big. I looked up and like whenever Judas wanted me to install and play like Apex or whatever, it's like 50 something gigs.
Just a bit unsettling yet. Not a horror game.
Oh. So you're not gonna see people's like hanging or whatever, like in Doki Doki Literature Club. Just Monica. No better than to go to the outskirts. I need some Lobby. These stairs the same way? Sure are. It was Agatha all along. Outskirts
Shadow
going down.
Ripper says, once I'm reach LVL 65, where best location to farm good gear for endgame?
Once you hit level 65, where's the best location to farm good gear for endgame? That's an Arcana Loath
Shadow
question.
Ripper says, both ground and starship.
Yeah, that's an Arcana Loath question there. I mean, I'm still getting like gear for ground and space on a lot of my stuff. I do know that Colony World is a good place to get a deflector to increase critical chance and severity or whatever. So I've been trying to do
Arcana Loath
that.
says, you don't really farm gear drops in this game. Dropped gear is vendor trash.
You want to buy it, huh? Like from fleet accounts and stuff, right? Like if you have 4 slots in your tactical consoles for a ship, would you say 3 of those slots are good for the vulnerability locators from the Fleet Spire per like whatever weapon you're going to use?
Says, first you need to know what build you want, then you get free stuff from mission replays with unique sets that help your build, then work towards rep/fleet stuff.
Yeah, the reputation stuff is pretty good. And fleet. That's why I say like the vulnerability locators at the Spire. I mean, I like
Arcana
those.
Loath says, it really depends on your build. Spire locators are for energy and kinetic, for example.
Let's see. Carter?
Shadow Ripper says, what you mean free stuff and replay missions?
He means the drops from whenever you play mission games and stuff, like the episodes. Right here, these. You get stuff, but you can replay the missions and keep getting things from it, you know? Which can be very boring.
Arcana Loath says, for someone with a total lack of build knowledge, I'd suggest doing energy or exotic. There are other builds, but they get niche and expensive, and you really need to learn to crawl to walk before you run.
Or you can be like me and try to run it first and then fail.
Arcana Loath says, fastest way to get you up to speed is this link, https://sites.google.com/view/stop-editor.
///. But yeah, you got a point, like, you got to know, like, what weapons you want to use.
Arcana Loath says, until you wrap your brain around this stuff, I'd just be copy-pasting from that link.
Like, Shadow Ripper, do you want, like, beam weapons, cannon weapons? What kind of, like, ship stuff do you want to do? Or do you want to be like me and try to do every damn bit of it and fail at that? Or my main character, I fail at that a lot. I need to get a cation. I'm allergic to cats though, so hopefully I won't sneeze. Get Admiralty going. With beams is only 11? What the f... I'm gonna get beams up there.
Shadow Ripperx says, my ship is Faith Warbird T6 a hip arm have mixed guns.
Okay.
Arcanoloth says, no bad ships in stow, only bad builds. Pick a ship, and we can tell you what that ship is good for.
Well, you could tell him what it's good for. I wouldn't know. I mean, I'd put the wrong thing on there accidentally. Accidental like on a brave. I mean, do you want a ship that's beam weapons, or do you want a ship that's like cannon, or maybe both? Is it okay to have both? I mean, if you have somebody that has scatter volley and someone that has like beam overload, and you've got enough room to have both, or is it just best to
Shadow
have
Ripperx says,
one?
one guide recommend me to play with torpedo boat this ship. Arcanoloth says, I like the Fayette. It can run beams / cannons, or do kinetic and fire torps / mines under cloak.
But for like a basic ship, the Warbird, I don't know what that ship is. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, if you want any knowledge about this game, Arcanoloth is the one to ask. He's got it all figured out. He's my internet wiki when it comes to this game. Whoops, typed in too many numbers. Okay. That. The doctor, look at him dressed up like that. That's funny.
Arcanoloth says, note that kinetics are more expensive to set up, and they put up top DPS on elite content, but they struggle to keep up with energy and exotic on normal / advanced content, because everything dies before your torps can reach their target.
Ew. Yeah, people can like shoot at it faster than you can shoot torpedoes at it. Torpedoes are like more of like an in-game type situation, right? Like when you're ship battling and you're shooting. Torpedoes is like the boom, you know, to just finish them off type scenario. In my
Shadow
opinion.
Ripperx says, just FO no Kintex IA torpedo. Arcanoloth says, so kinetics falls under the niche of DPS chasing on elite content, which will not be how you spend most of your time in stow. Not saying don't do it, but be aware of how the game works and how much work it is to set up a kinetic build.
I haven't even done a kinetic build. I'm kind of afraid. But I have been trying to get them all together.
Kinetics covers torps and mines yet. With the addition of relocate mines, those are viable now.
Are mines really like good to use? Like, do you have to make sure a ship's gonna hit them, or? I just imagine like.
Shadow Ripperx says, never using mines.
I've never used mines either. Either, neither, neither. I just don't know, like, I'm too much into the fast play, you know, like quick ships and stuff like that. That's me
says,
though.
Mines are amazing on kinetic builds because of relocate mine ability, solves their main issue of getting to targets.
Oh, do the mines automatically go to the target? So I've never dealt with mines before. I don't even have one. I don't have a mine. And as for ground, I mean, that could be anything, you know?
Arcanoloth says, so my suggestion would be to build the Fayette as a cannon build.
What kind of arc on those cannons? I like
Arcanoloth
180
says,
degrees.
https://stow.fandom.com/wiki/ability_relocate_mines.
What? Are there like a lot of 180 degree
Arcanoloth says, Captain ability, 1 min cooldown.
captain abilities? Ship traits and a lot of them. Let's see, anything to increase the damage of whatever you're using to damage with, versus me and my idiot self running around with proton damage, and I don't even have anything that has
Shadow
proton
Ripper
in
says, this site you gave the STFO better is guide for build, right?
it. Yeah, the Stow fandom wiki is like all the stuff about the game is from from fans. Everything they've kind of figured out, and the knowledge and the information that's in the game. Or the human wiki right there, Arcanoloth. But yeah, it's best to stick with a weapon type, like disruptor or phaser or whatever, and not to mix and
Arcanoloth
match.
says, it's intro level yet, judging from your question, you need to know the basics before I toss out high-end stuff. I'm not a high-end player myself, I just copy homework.
Well, you understand it, that's the thing. I myself don't understand hardly any of it. I mean, I keep forgetting what exotic means.
Arcanoloth says, DPS League site is also a good source, but they tend to give high-end advice, and those are expensive. If you are not chasing high-end DPS, you do not need to spend for general content.
Yeah, I'm not all about that damage per second stuff either. I'm just you know, in it for fun and the game and learning in the game. And
Arcanoloth says, exotic DMG is anything that scales on exotic particle generators, EPG, skill.
EPG.
Arcanoloth says, typically exotics are non-weapon sources.
So would you say if they're doing a ship to make sure that they're in a, for one thing, a good fleet that has all this stuff unlocked, to where if they needed to, they could buy higher end stuff from their fleet, if they have
Shadow
permission.
Ripper says, at Arcanoloth I'm free to play, but if like good build, not top DPS but decent. Arcanoloth says, I say people should be able to handle the content they play, most of the player base solo story mode on normal.
In order to also like do the fleet stuff, you have to donate stuff to the fleet so that you level up in that fleet. Unless you join a fleet like I did with my Klingon recruit, they were like, "Hey, join." I'm like, "Okay, cool." They're level 0, so we're not gonna get very far with shit. I may go to a different one later. I don't know. But a good fleet to where you can buy fleet stuff, but you need to donate to fleets
Arcanoloth
to
says,
get things.
a skilled player can take a new ACCT, run some mission replays for gear, walk over to the officer trainer, and they are advanced ready. Elite, you may want some rep gear / weapon upgrades.
Yeah. So
Arcanoloth says, no bad ships, only bad builds.
only bad build. Thank you, Grasshopper. So the first step that they need to take would be to know what kind of weaponry they want their ship to have, and what to do, like what kind of like that ship wise, right? Like what do you want your ship to do, versus just throwing around a bunch of stuff you get from missions and thinking, okay, I've got stuff in these slots. Like me, like I used to do, I would just like play the missions, and if I saw that it did more damage, I just add it, or not even know what the hell I was adding. But my Klingon recruit, though, I'm kind of paying more attention, and he's doing more damage than he should. I remember struggling through a lot of those games. And I have him on advanced, too. I accidentally put him on advanced, so all the missions are advanced and not normal. I'm thinking maybe that'll help level him up faster.
Arcanoloth says, first step is glance over the link, and walk through what they want to do. I'd nudge in the direction of cannons on the Fayette, but also take a look at kinetics and what's involved in those builds, and the page goes over all this in detail. Arcanoloth says, how to look at a ship and ask, what does this ship want to be? They explain in detail.
Well, that's nice. That's cool.
Arcanoloth says, so at this point I am just copy-pasting.
Copy and pasting. I'd like, one of the first things I would do is try to decide, okay, what type of damage, what type of like weapon type, you know, do I want phasers? Do I want Tetrion? Do I want disruptors or something like that? What kind of damage do I want
Shadow
this thing
Ripper
to do?
says, so this link have all build for the faith.
It's got probably ideas of builds, but it wouldn't have like you know, it's suggestive.
Shadow Ripper says,
probably.
at Arcanoloth THX man.
Yeah, dude, Arcanoloth like has got it figured out. Understands this game. I don't. I just play it, and then people come in and say, "Hey, you know, you can do this, this, and that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay," and then figure it out. And watch my boring self run around and do the same thing every day, which is Dyson.
Arcanoloth says, the goal is to get you to a point where you do not need to ask for a build for X ship hull, because you know how to make your own with what you have. Teach a man to fish instead of giving him a fish.
For real. My only problem is ever just having shields for shit. Or certain builds that I want something on but you can't have because you can only have one of something else. Come on, everybody. Okay, yeah, I went through there so they can't find me. Okay, there we go.
Arcanoloth says, besides, a build guide for every ship in the game is too hard to maintain, and a waste of time for anyone that could do it because it's all the same stuff for energy, all the same for exotic, all the same for kinetic. You get the idea. Arcanoloth says, you leaner what the pieces are, then adapt to that hull.
I'd say, like, if you're going to be free to play like me, dilithium grind and, like, put it in there and get Zen, so that you can then use that Zen
Arcanoloth
to
says,
get Lobby.
this is where some hulls are ideal for some builds and not ideal for others.
8 there. Like I'm doing now, you know, having this here, getting Zen. Eventually, I'll probably. I'm trying to save it for like that whole legendary thing again. But I'm guaranteeing I'll probably
Shadow
go through
Ripper
it.
says, yeah, I'll have 40k of the Diluthum.
Nice. And then exchanging it for Zen, get you Lobby, and then Lobby, there's some good stuff in it for your ship too. Where the hell is that at? Lobby store, space gear.
Arcanoloth says, but everyone wants to know the shortcut to learn how to make builds and I haven't found it after 10 years. It doesn't exist, just gotta get over that hump.
Where is it?
Shadow Ripper says, but try to sell ATM no offer come in exchange.
This here I think is good. Console bioneural infusion circuits.
Arcanoloth
you get
says,
17.5
Diltizen
critical.
takes days to go through, just gotta wait.
Yeah, it takes a long time. That's why I'm running the long game on it.
Shadow Ripper says, THX.
Because in order to do a lot of damage, like, you want the critical to be kind of up there, and that's good for critical. I want to get that for every single one of my people. That's 200 Lobby at a time, and that's going to take a damn long time. What else is there? Bleh. Crap, I can't remember. I've got them on one of my other ships.
Arcanoloth says, Big console is a good crit console, but it's not that much better than stuff like the Omega Rep console that I'd buy it for more than one character.
The Omega Rep one? Really? I don't even know that I have an Omega up. Nope, I don't.
Arcanoloth says
Oh, I got tier
that
5
lobby
though.
stuff is for people that already have everything, and want a few more percentage PTS.
What do you say? It's Omega Rep console. There's an Omega one? Does it do like super criticals and stuff? Deflector dish, universal, cutting beam,
Arcanoloth says,
pulse engine.
yeah, compare the numbers. Big is better, but we are talking decimal values.
Shield array.
Arcanoloth says, Homage Rep is the ass mod.
I must not have it unlocked on here. I'll have to go to my main character to look through all the stuff. But yeah, like when you get to the reputation stuff, start getting marks, start opening up and getting all these up there to 5 at least, or to 6, so that you can get the reputation
says,
gears.
it's in the list. Assimilated module.
Assimilated module. That's that thing that like follows you around, right? Like the little guy, the little green guy that I have. I never know what the hell he's called. But he's always like shooting at stuff before I get a chance to shoot, and I'm like, dude, don't shoot that. And he's doing it anyway. But that's primarily like what I do with all this. Dilithium grind. Because dilithium is good.
Says, it has a cosmetic that sticks Borg junk on your hull.
Oh, that thing. Yeah, I take off the visual for that because I don't like it. But yeah, anything to like increase the criticals and stuff of your ship is good. The critical chances and severity of chances. And then maxing out like whatever kind of weapons you're going to use to epic level. Power output from engineering and your tacticals. A good deflector dish. That's what I like recommend. Or I like to use the one from Colony World on a lot of my people. I haven't done anything with this Jim Hadar. Like he's got the default ship. Like everything's just default. I haven't done a damn thing with it. Is that sad? I mean, he's even got a tier 5 ship. Is this sad that I don't even like bother changing his from default? He doesn't care. He's just a grounder anyway. He doesn't fight in the sky or anything. Okay. Gary though. Oh yeah, Gary. Oh, Shadow Ripper, at this time, if you do not have a Klingon rep or a Klingon recruit, you need to get one of those.
Arcanoloth says, I have not fixed most of my Dilhuder's space skills. They just ground pound.
Ground pound. So yeah, if you do not have a Klingon or KDF recruit.
Shadow Ripper says, yeah, make one. I'm already get the bird of prey.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, because that can come in handy.
I like to imagine they all crashed their bug ships into the Dyson sphere and did a barrel roll right out the escape hatch and started shooting Voth.
Hey, you can make that happen. Yeah, just record it and then video edit it to make it look like that. Oh, man, that brings back some memories of the Foundry thing. I miss that. That was so fun. It's almost like you were a director.
Says, the KDF BOP is a free way to get the Withering Barrage trait if you do not have it any other way.
Oh god, I gotta go back and get Timmy. This whole like glitch the doors thing on Dyson really pisses me off. And they don't even seem to give a shit that they broke it. They wouldn't even have to. I mean, let's see, Outskirts Command Center. And then back. out here. There we go. Pop that a little bit. Okay, everybody's together again. Alright, what do we got? Got one right there and one over there. I don't like those. Stay away from those. Those things suck ass. The ones that wait, I'm just impatient. I kind of think that I've averaged out pretty good with like my characters. Having 2 Klingons, 2 Jem'Hadar. Everybody else is Federation. Is that bad? I don't know. But I want to shoot. Can I shoot too? I want credit for this capture. Ooh, I have thing.
Shadow Ripperx says, I'm not have love for Klingon, get the ship came back to my main.
Yeah, I don't really care too much about Klingons. And it's not that I hate them.
Loth says, yeah, I master the ship for the trait, then dock it.
Well, at least you dock it. I get rid of it completely, and then regret it later, or end up like buying the ship again and all this kind of bullshit. Like how I've wasted those Phoenix tokens or whatever, or the the Phoenix ones or whatever. I'm bad about that. I mean, I got that ship. What was it? The Bajoran Intrepid or whatever it was. Mastered it, got the trait or whatever. Ended up just killing the ship. You know, just getting rid of it, and wasn't even thinking that it wasn't one that I could just claim again. You know, and then forgot all about it. And then I was like, I need to get a ship or whatever, get a trait off of it. So then I buy it again. You know? Ended up don't need it.
Shadow Ripperx says, you need to master she.
Yeah, master as many as you can. And save up that dilithium, because you can buy what used to be Zen ships, or now some of them are dilithium ships that you can get.
Loth says, but yet, read the Link's Guide to Energy. ITLL tell you how to set up the FAET for cannons, then claim the KDF recruits ACCT unlock for the bird of prey on any characters that's doing cannons, master it for the trait, then slot the trait and enjoy.
Sound like you're playing Mousetrap there. Turn the crank and snap the plank and poop the marble right down the chute and watch it roll and hit the bowl and knock the ball to the rub-it-up tub, which hits the man into the pan. The trap is set. Here comes the net. Mousetrap. Shadow
Ripperx says, BTW once I'm master the trait is passive cause I'm max the faith but no see the habits to pull my quick bar.
You don't see the
Loth says, I can take ship mastery from 0 to LVL5 in one of the Disco Beta quad patrols with a competent build, 2 patrols in an undergeared alt.
You don't see the trait to put in your hotbar at the very bottom? And it's this here, this view all available abilities, and you should see like a list of all your ship stuff. Like this is showing ground right now. Unlock the tray and then you can drag it into your tray at the bottom down there. But lock it back, because you can accidentally move that out of the way and it disappear. So if you lock it, it stays there. I didn't even know about that thing for a while. Sometimes stuff just automatically adds to the bar though. And sometimes it doesn't. And then sometimes when it doesn't, it becomes a problem. Yeah.
Loth says, ship traits are passive. You slot them on character trait screen. If something gives a clicky, then tray it like Scorp said.
Oh man, this is gonna like go to Voth or Dino mode. Oh goodness gracious, and I'm like furthest away from anywhere.
Shadow Ripperx says, O is passive THX that I'm asked for.
So passive doesn't necessarily show up in the bottom down there. I'd always wondered about all that stuff.
The game client makes an attempt to tray stuff when you first slot them, but if visible trays are full it fails. Then you have to expand trays and do it manually.
Yeah, you gotta like click on 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10 or whatever it is that is there. I think only 3 for ground though. Yeah, see, I didn't even try to go to the... Because people are still using that damn ball lightning. We need to outlaw that shit.
Arcanoloth says, yeah, read the guide. ITLL talk about ship traits, and links to a Google Sheet with a list of recommended ship and personal traits for each build type.
I remember back when that used to do like a tremendous damage to the Rex, but now it doesn't do that much damage. The Rex is the best thing. Best way to get stuff. I mean, and you look at like the marks you get from the Dyson. Each zone gives you like 65 marks, and all you have to do sometimes is just run through them, and someone else is doing something. It's free marks. That's why I like Dyson. You can build up this mark system and then trade them out for dilithium so easy. It's great. I bet we won't make it to the city. Let me just glance over here and see how bad it is. Yeah, there's no need to run over there. Whenever people get there, they're going to kill it like in 5 seconds. Let's just watch the action. We're going to commentate on this here ball game. We've got players on the sidelines throwing things and shooting the Rex. Here comes somebody else using the and up it's over. Yep, the Indians lose another game here.
All 3 silos are under Allied control.
See?
Excellent work.
I got 4,680 dilithium ore and 90 Dyson sphere marks for just barely doing a damn thing.
Troops inbound.
That's why I like Dyson. And like, you get those little...
Arcanoloth says, haha, that city transporter is hilariously bad.
Isn't it? I wish they would just rehaul. If anything, just say, okay, fans fix it, right? Have a little thing saying, you know, a little game or something that says, hey, what would you like us to fix? You know? And them do it like in their own time or something. I mean, it's not difficult. Of course, to them it's difficult. I don't understand. I want to understand, but I'm needy, obsessive compulsive, and I want it done. And now since the game's a beta version...
Arcanoloth says, Dyson needs attention. The story missions still blow out the bloom on Lighting 2.0.
Yeah, and even like the, you know, they still have that issue with the underground heat vent areas, you know, like on New Romulus, or it's not really New Romulus, it's the same damn map, they just, you know, use different parts of it or whatever, but that whole blooming thing, it's just too damn bright. It pisses me off sometimes, I swear. I just got used to just leaving it. Got tired of turning it off. And they don't seem to like even care about it. It's like they changed something in the game, caused this issue in several areas, and they're just like, well, it didn't break it. It's like a please wait screen all over everything. That's why I'd like to look at the coding of this game and see like all the commented out like code that they just got rid of or turned off or whatever. Spaghetti code as it's called. See how big of a mess it is. Because like I was saying like the other day.
Arcanoloth says, fans were asking devs to unlock the ship restrictions on old carrier pets and consoles. And Kale said this is something they like to do, but it's a lot of work, so he asked which we want first because they can't do all of them right now, and Reddit was debating which would be most beneficial to have unlocked. Arcanoloth says, I am sure it's a mess, not just the code but the database.
Oh my god, yes, database that stores everything. It's got to be like all over the damn place. You got to imagine like whenever a setting is changed or a little bit of update for your character is changed, what if that doesn't go all the way through, doesn't save correctly, and then you're like just stuck with with a broken character, like so many people have been over the year, including myself. Cancel offer, withdrawal, okay. Here, 51318, which
Back to
doesn't
your
really
stations.
matter.
The Voth have returned.
The Vath have returned. Get out there and fight them then, you lazy bastard. Okay. Alright, let's go to Archer.
Arcanoloth says, there is a saying that if you show me the code, I have no idea what your data looks like, but show me the data stores and I have a fairly good idea of what your code is doing.
Could you just imagine how just screwed up it is? I'm sure it's SQL code or like database, but or hopefully it's SQL. I don't know. They may save it to a text file. You think? Old-fashioned TXT, or they just call it .db or whatever. Database. We'll keep it on that tater server down the highway over there. Could you just imagine?
Arcanoloth says, haha.
God, I hope not. A bubblegum wrapper underneath. You got some guy just like writing them down constantly. The gerbil has...
Arcanoloth says, secret backup password.txt.
Secret backup password.txt. I can just imagine. Oh, reputation. Okay. Task Force Omega is the one thing that I do not have it full of. I was going to look at that for that, the one you were talking about. Assimilated something. Simulated deflector dish. Nope. Pulse engine. Regenerative. Universal console. Is that it? 1% critical chance. 10.4% critical severity. That's not too bad. It's been a long road getting from there to here. It's been a long road. My time is finally near, and I can see a change in the wind right now. Man, I wish they had a 5th season of Enterprise. That would have been cool. Get back to like how season 1 was, where they're like figuring things out, you know. Of course, who was it? It was something I was watching. It was like Trek Culture or whatever, and he was talking about other series that they're thinking about making, you know. And one of those was, as I've mentioned before, one of those was where they would, like, once a week or so, it would be an episodic type where it focused on, say, like Sulu. You know, they have George Takei come back, and it'd just be about Sulu becoming like an admiral, what he did after his captaincy, and all this kind of stuff. You know, how his family was, and stuff just after, you know, he was on screen. And then they were talking about doing the same thing with Archer, you know, having where he's older, he's like an admiral himself, and what happened after the fact, and, you know, and if T'Pol is still around him and stuff like that.
Arcanoloth says, yes, so the Omega Rep console upgrades to Epic MK15, and gets 1.2 crit chance, 12.1 severity. Comparable to BIC, 26.3 severity at MK15 Epic.
It's not too bad to be free, though. You know, other than Lobby free. I need to get a damn bunch of Lobby, though, because I want all of them to have the same weapon. You know, the phase pistol from Enterprise, so that they all match. Even though I know they're going to just throw the damn thing on the ground and make it explode, but I mean, because that's what they've done before. Whenever I gave them this specific weapon, I gave it to like Malcolm or Trip, and as soon as I did, they like, you know, just set it to explode, and they throw it and they start punching everybody. I'm like, what the fuck? Damn bridge officers. Arcanoloth
says, Tachia Converter from Lobby is closer to Omega Rep, some crit and some severity.
Tachyon Converter? I still have that, what is it? The campaign thing. What is it? What the hell is that thing? Now this here, this whole, you know, get a premium ship or 2 of these, and or the Lobby, and Murdoch's is trying to talk me into getting the tier 6 coupons and then getting some ships to master the like an ability for just to do that only, versus actually getting a ship or anything else with it. And I'm debating in my head whether that'd be good or not, because he's got like 3 ships in mind that he said that I would be good at getting master leveled or whatever for the trait, and then I'd actually just have those ships if I wanted to use them for whatever, you know. But I just don't know. I'd hate to just throw it out there and not really, you know, because I really want that Enterprise from Discovery. Did I get that? Okay. I need to
Arcanoloth says, I thought about it for a while, settled on promo pack, Ameri for my Fed ROM. Has aesthetics, custom bridge, good trait and console, good platform. Overall neat RP vessel.
Sweet.
Arcanoloth says, Disco MW carrier is a great platform.
Disco MW carrier. The Mirror War carrier? I thought I did this. Did I not? Okay, there we go. I just like it because it's the Enterprise. But then you know, do you sacrifice it for 2 tier 6 coupons?
Arcanoloth says, not the Mirror, the Disco Miracle Worker Carrier, aka the Donnie, aka the Disco Prize.
Oh, yes, that's the one I'm talking about, yes. Captain Pike's ship that they're going to have, that they did have in Discovery, but are going to have on that series it's coming. Yes. That's the ship. I kind of want that more so than a lot of stuff with it. I just haven't made that call yet. Of course, then I guess I'd have to make now if would that ship be only on a character versus every character? That's
Arcanoloth says, 2 T6 coupons is useful if you are lacking in store ships with useful traits for your fav build type. Lobby is more useful if you need Lobby gear.
I need all 3, damn it. I swear Lobby used to be so much easier to get. I had a lot of it at a time. I had like about 2,000, and I would buy those, like I said before, those big ships or whatever, and sell them.
Says, in terms of absolute value, if I was going to buy all this stuff and wanted to use the token to reduce costs, the promo ship is the absolute highest value, so pick that.
Yeah. I've got 1 tier 6 coupon from this previous thing we did, and you know, we're thinking about like my Michael character, getting him a better ship and all this kind of stuff, and you know, maximizing it. And Murdoch's has already done this, like, you know, homework on that too, and given me like a good build of it.
Says, people say the value does not matter because it's bound, but ID say it still matters if you were going to get all 3 options anyway, and this is about saving money with the token.
Yeah. But that damn ship is so pretty. I'm really like that my Archer seems okay. I've seen some people that have made Jonathan Archer and it not be like, you know, very good. Like the default weird face or something. Of course, you have a very limited option as far as how this runs. How you can build people in this game. I think they've actually like increased something about their faces or changed something because my Ushanka looks a little bit different than she normally does. My Ushanka, wink wink. I have a real doll made of a Klingon. How about that? Wouldn't that be interesting? Like, you know, real doll, silicone sex dolls. What if, like, you know, because you send them like a picture of who you want somebody to look like.
Arcanoloth says, engine is Bane slowly upgraded yet.
But what if you could like send them pictures of like a Klingon with the ridges and stuff like that? Klingons are supposed to have back ridges, right? If I remember correctly. Malcolm, Trip, come on. We gotta go. Archer's left-handed.
Arcanoloth says, oh god, I love that comedy bit where the dude was Logan at the duels until he saw one and said damn she a bad bitch, where do I buy?
Damn, she's a bad bitch. What do I buy? I watched the latest episode of Discovery last night. Yeah. Ooh, I am really lacking on the dilithium ore. Let's exchange. Reputation.
Arcanoloth says, he said I'ma hang out with my friends with her on the couch like that's normal and shit, until friends get used to it and ask where she's at. I'm like oh she in the bedroom having a lie down.
Have you ever seen that movie Lars and the Real Doll? It kind of makes you want to have one, just to have one. Just to have it sit there and stare at nothing. Like a dead body. I don't know. Just talking out of my head. Oh, Archer. Damn it, Archer. Damn it, Archer. We need...
Arcanoloth says, fools out buying drinks and striking out Neon while I'm going home getting freaky.
Freaky with my sex doll.
Arcanoloth says, haha.
We need some Task Force Omega reputation marks. Because it's the only one that's at level 5, and I want to get to level 6. For why? Who knows? I just want it to level 6. So that I can have it full like another one. But, damn it. I know how... Oh, whoa. I know what I could do. I know what I could do. Instead of having to fight and all that bullshit. Okay. This might work. I don't know how many I'm going to get because it's fresh. It's my Klingon recruit that I've slowly been doing stuff with. But should be able to pull a few resources from my the temporal agent. I really like the ship. I like the weapons for some reason. They're just... But they don't do a whole hell of a lot of damage, but they look awesome. But they're also default for this ship like when you have a legendary version, which is weird. There's just something magical about this old piece of shit. Oh, I didn't bone like the other one does. It's sad. Theorizing that one can time travel within his own lifetime, Dr. Sam Beckett stepped into the quantum leap accelerator and vanished. May I help you? Here we go.
Greetings. How can I assist you today? Or in the future?
Listen to him. Listen to him. Here you go again.
Greetings. How can I assist you today? Or in the future?
That's weird. Why isn't temporal showing? Is it because I've maxed it out? Do I even have the transponder in my... Oh yeah, I think I maxed out his and just put it in his bank or something. I don't know. Oh, dude, I hadn't even like put something in there yet. What the fuck? Okay, Klingon recruit. Story arc. Inventory full. Damn it! Oh yeah. Omega marks. It's not too many, but it's better than having to deal with something. Omega. Okay. Bird prey, hunters, whatever. We'll go ahead and get that just to have it. Gamma? No. Delta? Okay. That's weird though. Why doesn't it say? Well, because he automatically claims them, so he's not gonna list. That's right. Okay. I had a brain fart. I'm okay though. I'm over it. Okay, so got some more of those at the moment. 75. That's like 2 days worth, or well, 3. No, 2 more days. Okay. So that's 85, 90. Still, eventually need to get him some marks. So, what I'ma do is, since Archer, Omega marks, infected conduit would be a good one to do.
Arcanoloth says, "You've been around. You have all the recruits by now?"
Yeah, I got me the Klingon recruit, and I did not delete him this time. I can't believe I did that the last time. I got him and I was like, oh wow, Klingon recruit. Then I was like, oh, I want to make this character, and I deleted him to just get the free slot that it gave me. That's such an ass. But hey, you know, now I do have one. I just don't have them all maxed out yet. I need to really work on the Jim Hadar one and the Delta. It's been a long road getting from there to here. At least they do shadows correctly. That's nice. It's not double shadowing, it's only single shadowing, so it's dynamic shadows.
Arcanoloth says, "I have all the ACCT rewards. I have a Delta ROM I made to get the unique ROM story arcs for the ACCT stuff. She hasn't done the other stuff because it's just character stuff for her that's left."
Oh, okay.
The situation is grim.
Brothers Grimm.
Begin by
ROM stuff? The story arcs. It is, yeah, kind of odd that, like, there's only certain episodes for things. Which, in fact, I need to do Redshift because I still haven't done that for anybody yet. And I don't need to forget, I don't, okay, I'm not on the right characters. I don't have to worry about forgetting yet.
Arcanoloth says, "Made one of each faction in the game at the time Delta ran, before I knew we would have TOS/KDF recruits."
So is TOS or the temporal not always been there? I know that it's been there since what, 2012, I think,
scanning the nanite trend.
or 16. Is it 12 or 16?
Additional data is available.
Arcanoloth says,
Damn!
"It's based on content in the game when they first ran, but it's been updated since then. Delta was a prequel to Iconian War."
So was Delta like the first recruit that they had?
Arcanoloth says, "Temporal was part of Agents of Yesterday expansion."
It's been so damn long. It's a good thing I built this ship not to have shields.
Arcanoloth says, "Gamma for victory is life, KDF for Year of Klingon."
Year of the Klingon. The
Scanning the
Klingon.
nanite transformer. Done.
Done.
Additional data is available.
Done.
The nanite probes can repair the transformer.
Done.
Stop them.
Done. We are the Borg of the nation. We are Borg of the nation. Yeah, so glad I did not skill myself to have shields. So that, you know, it doesn't matter if I don't have them at all. Because the hull
A probe
is
closing in on
stronger,
the
but just barely though. Probably need to redo the skill tree anyway. Please state the nature of the emergency. Please state the nature. We're gonna have an emergency here.
Probe is closing in on a transporter. Destroy it.
Destroy it. Destroy it or I destroy you, you bastard. Pass.
A probe is closing in on a transporter. Destroy it.
Destroy it. Polaron cannon. Pass. Ah.
Probe is closing in on a transporter. Destroy it.
Think about making Stargate Atlantis, people. I could have kept that and gave it to Lilu. Damn it. But yet, we'll take that though. I don't know. I need some good this part system. Why? You will be assimilated. You will be an ass simulated. You will be ass assimilated. You gotta keep them assimilated. Am I not shooting? What the hell? Okay. Archer. Attack that Borg cube. Da dun da dun dun da dun dun. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Oh, da da da. Oh, sad face.
Sensors confirm that the transporter.
Yar, we be doing that right there, I tell ye. Okay, accept rewards. 130 Borg neural processor, and that right there is a reward too. Damn, I got a lot of people. I need to like go through them and chunk them or something. What is that? The prisoners? Yeah. I gotta go through the inventory list of these people. We don't have that. I don't need that. Okay. Leave map Neo. Neo? Yes, Neo. Okay, that gave him some more to do stuff with. Wrong button. Reputation. 193. It's like 5 more. I'm gonna need a lot more than that, but whatever. When I fart and I lay me to rest. Mako, assimilator deflector, dish, universal con. Simulated module. Universal simulated module. Oh yeah, that thing. Yes, I forgot all about that shit. Is it not listed? Universal assimilated module. Where is it? Or is it level 6 only? Oh, there it is. Okay. No, well, that's the damn same one. Okay, I was right on top of it like a dumbass. Rockin' and rollin'.
Arcanoloth says, most the rep uni consoles unlock at TIER 1, so if reps are TIER 1, you have them.
What the hell? Yeah, I was surprised at like the discovery when the shield that I wanted to get for everybody that allows for like what is it 20+ speed increase of running, since I'm gonna be using them on Dyson anyway. I was surprised that like all you have to do is just like get it to tier 1 and you can get that shield. I could have sworn it was like later on. I need to start like getting a lot of these characters like more upgraded. You know, the reputation upgrades, because I barely had them all upgraded. You know, they're just using their basic traits versus like reputation traits for helping with ground and stuff.
Arcanoloth says, yet I love the disco armor and ground shield for run speed. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast, that's right. Go faster, get out! Archer's got it, and he does a pretty good job. When Victoria Thalen was in the chat and then on my screen, showing me which ones to get of speed increases and things like that, I jotted them down in Notepad. Where are they at? Is this the right? No. No. Damn, I've added something to my screen. I can't find it. Modules. Yeah, there it is. Coordinated synergies.
Arcanoloth says, my Dilhooders take a hit on Ketracel and bam.
Boom! Psionic Command Aura. Burnham CQC Armor. Plasma Dual Pistols with Run. Hostile Environment Shield. Vorgon Tetrion Discharge Prism. Supposed to be good for that. I've known the wind so cold, seen the darkest days. I think it's about time they upgraded that warp out for temporal agents, or the TOS created era, to allow us to flash or something. Can I warp over there? Yeah, cool. Okay.
Arcanoloth says, https://www.reddit.com/r/the_fast_and_the_run_speed_4041/.
Damn, 47.
Arcanoloth says, ground speed 47.
Good night. That had to have been super fast. The Fast and the Furious. I have not been collecting any of this Omega shit. See, even Archer like is in a hurry. Michael needs that something fierce. Of course, he's also got like physical conditioning level 2, I think. Where is it at? Okay, go back to that traits. Yeah, which is a 6.3 run speed increase. Which I like it a lot. I maxed him out. I like my little Archer. He's pretty cool, ain't he?
Arcanoloth says, Ketracel is why the Dominion was banned from the Winter Olympics. Arcanoloth says, LOL.
Ketracel why was why they were banned from the Olympics. Anybody been watching the Olympics? I forgot all about it being the Winter Olympics. Nope, do not log out. Wrong button. Okay. And since the Super Bowl came on, people were like, well, the Super Bowl's over. I guess I'm not going to watch the Olympics like I haven't been doing. I'm like, let's see. Time for me, then.
Arcanoloth says, it's been on in the living room here.
Just kind of like a background. Instead of like just watching it and participating and cheering it on and all, just kind of just there on the TV. Nimbus, Antiproton, Voth, Gorn. How about, let's see, where were we at? We're all the way over the fuck there. So, we're just going to turn around. Anything queued up here to go, let's see, closer. Sol System, Starbase 39.
Arcanoloth says, I laughed at the news that Putin is waiting to invade Ukraine until Olympics end to avoid pissing off China. Who is the top in that relationship?
Kim Jong-un or whatever his face's name is. I get top bunk. No, you get top bunk. I get the top bunk. You shut the hell up. Oh, now you're on face. Oh. Why you on face? Oh. Go anyway. We don't care about that thing. We're going to just go anyway. Go anyway. Putin be putting it on, yo. I wonder if he's really going to invade it or not. Why don't they have like a little poker game or something? I don't know. A poker game. Poker.
Arcanoloth says, Putin on the Ritz.
Putin on the Ritz. Someone needs to do a deep fake of that. Like the video for that the music video, and put Putin's face or head on him. Or fashion sets. Putin on the Ritz. Or Baby Geniuses. They had that scene where the baby dances to that song and you can tell it's so fake. Because they just popped the baby's head on that guy. On that little person. Dude, there's like a, just randomly YouTubing, right? That dude that's a news guy or something had this dwarf guy on. And he was talking about Peter Dinklage is against them hiring dwarfs for the Snow White.
Says, it's funny to me. Russia said they do not want Ukraine in NATO, so they threaten an invasion. Now Ukraine wants to join NATO. Now Russia said hold on wait we want to talk some more. Hilarious.
If they hadn't have done anything and nothing would have started. Like, we don't want them to do that. Oh hey, that's a good idea. Hey, wait a minute. Well, you just wait a minute. Come down there and we do this right here. We squat first. We talk about these. They do the Slav squat. If you've never watched Life of Boris, you need to. He's hilarious. He's Boris. Let's see. We'll do dance competition first. May feist. May feist. Damn it. Damn it, mister. You bastards.
Arcanoloth says, Russia is a man just non-stop punching himself in his own balls, yelling this is for your own good.
This is for your own good. Ow! This is for your own good. Just remember where you come from. Ow! Okay, get it ready like that. Who do we talk to? Is this guy? Yeah. Dance competition, accept. Get ready. Do the club dance. Raise the roof. Sidestep. Raise the roof. Competition complete. Yay. That comes from all that Ryza action, you know. Doing Ryza helps you with that. Of course, in your head you hear, raise the roof. Do the sidestep. Do the snake. I'm thinking, do the snake what? Exactly. Did y'all gather any of that? Hell no. Yeah, they did. Okay, good. But I can run faster, mister. Dude, I think I need the shield for him so he'll run faster too. Where am I at on that? Let's see, discovery. Wait, I probably have it on one of my people. Because I've been doing that. Like
Arcanoloth says, Captain's log, am taking command of the dance floor. Included recording of my sick moves.
I've made all the bridge crew follow me down here to video my endeavor. That'd be like a Terran thing. Narcissistic Terran. The narcissistic Terran continues. I'm narcissistic. Continues. How am I doing today, Gary Busey? You're doing great. Good. And I'll keep it up. I need to add that as a sound file. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Hilarious. Why is everybody dropping down? Fire. Boy. Could you just imagine if they brought back like actual like bullet propelled weapons, you know, in Star Trek? Everybody's used to like phasers laughing at them. Then all of a sudden, like, you know, they're shooting real bullets. Which I kind of get it. I guess the whole phaser thing was because they didn't want to like have to show blood and gunshots, or well, they never did in westerns either. But it's kind of boring, wasn't it? Ugh. Boom! Break a leg. Up, baseball caught. Crichton threw a baseball. He's got it. Let's see. You get farther back, and I'll throw it back to you. You get away from.
Arcanoloth says, brandish is shotgun. I like to keep this handy for close encounters.
Close encounters of the far kind. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Curveball. Strike one. I told you not to dare, mister. Ah, damn it. Went up wrong. Oh, went in the hole. Damn it, mister. There we are. There we are. Oh, they already killed him. Damn it. That sucks. But you're not dead, are you? Yeah, you're still up there, aren't you? Aren't you? Aren't you, you little bastard? That's filibuster, sir. Crap.
Arcanoloth says, Star Wars has slug throwers. They are easily stopped by the body armor most soldiers wear, so they are uncommonly seen in the criminal world in the old Legends stuff.
Dun, 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 dun. Book of Boba Fett was pretty good. Especially the episodes he cameoed in. What was it? Someone, I don't know where I read it from, but it was like,
Arcanoloth says, like how Trek said older ships used nukes on missiles before they developed antimatter weapons.
Oh, I just belched. Boom. Now they were saying like, what was it? Episode 5 or 6 or whatever was the best episode of The Mandalorian season 3 in Boba Fett. Oh, okay, we got that. Nice. Trek said older ships used to have nukes and missiles before they developed antimatter weapons. Well, yeah, isn't that like a on Enterprise the actual torpedoes or whatever were actual just nukes or something? They just went. For little baby boy. There's only 4 of us there. Where'd the other dude go?
Arcanoloth says, haha yeah, they wanted Mandu in there for Boba's big moment, so they had to advance his storyline, and tee up the Ahsoka spin-off.
Yep, old Boba Fett. And then like the next episode after that, he cameoed for like about 2 minutes or something. That was it. All right, what's next? Anti-proton damage space, which can be done with Voth destruction of their ships. So let's go to Dyson. What? Damn it! Wrong button. Wrong button.
Arcanoloth says, I will speculate that's all we will see of Luke and his academy for a while, and it'll be Mandu and Boba and Ahsoka.
Yeah, he gave Grogu that option, and Grogu was like, fuck this. Could you just imagine, like, he pulls over the little shirt or something like that and just looks up at Luke, and Luke's like, my whole thing was like, why can't Grogu have that and be a Jedi? But I believe, like, Grogu's going to end up, like, getting older, he'll have the dark saber and be a
Arcana Loth
Mandalorian
says,
Jedi.
Haha, yeah, Grogu said I will be back for that lightsaber. I gotta go have adventures.
Right? But yeah, I think he's going to be like a Mandalorian Jedi. Because, like,
Arcana Loth says, Grogu's race is long-lived. He will train later.
for real. He's 50 years old, and he's like, what? Maybe a 3-year-old, 2 to 3-year-old in actuality or something like that. Maybe 4 or 5, getting close. I don't know what the
Arcana Loth says, it's a neat callback to Luke abandoning his training with Yoda to save his friends in Empire.
right? It happened, it came around on his ass. Goes around, comes around, you bastard. Shut the hell up. Puke Skystalker. Puke, I am your father. Hey, I'm your father over here. I'm gonna watch the Ray Donovan movie since the series ended and they made a movie instead of another season. But eventually, not at the moment. I'm not gonna. I mean, one day I'm gonna do that. What was it? Anti-proton damage, Mister. Let's do that. Loadouts, anti-proton again. There we go. Okay, now we have.
Arcana Loth says, Puke Girl Stalker sounds like the Star Wars parody I'd watch.
Luke walking around looking through holes in the walls and showers. Puke! Duke Girl Stalker. Luke, I am your father. No, I'm your father. Hey, Luke, how you doing, man? How you doing? Your father over here. Let's get it all up and running. There we go. Criticals and immunes. Ah, son of a biatch. Please state the nature of the emergency.
Arcana Loth says, ladies don't like him because he projectile vomits when he gets nervous, so he has to creep around so they don't know he's there.
Every time he's noticed, he vomits. I like it. Pure Girl Stalker. Yoda's like the pimp. Rockin' and rollin'. Down to the beach I'm strolling. But the seagulls talk with my head, not fun. I said, seagulls, stop it now. Hoo-ha, 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 hoo-ha. Everyone told me not to stroll down that beach. Said seagulls gon' come, poking in the coconut, and they did. And they did. Got me going like, oh, nothing I could do but yell when these birds attack me. Then I tried to run, I fell, and then this kid started laughing. And then get hit in the neck with a hacky sack. Where'd it come from? Ooh, now run, jump.
Arcana Loth says, Yoda was a pimp in the Chappelle version. He was smoking out Keegan talking about touching on Padawans on secret video.
Yoda ain't easy. How old was, in Star Wars universe, how old was Yoda when he died? Like 900 and something years old?
Arcana Loth says, deny these allegations, Yoda does. Tired, Yoda is. Retire, he will.
Retire, he will. Deny these allegations, Yoda does. Tried, Yoda is. Tired. Retire, he will. Yes.
Arcana Loth says, then Mace Windu takes over and says there will be no pederasty in my Jedi Order. Yes, they deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
Tired of that little ship following me. But what the hell? The hell, mister? What in the hell, mister? Ahead, what factor 1?
Murdoch says, sups.
Steps. I uploaded my Go Animate things that I made years ago to YouTube.
Murdoch says, it's a party in here.
It's a party of 1, yes. Is it really? Yes, 1 person. Arcanoloth. He's been talking to me. This other dude showed up earlier. Sky something? Shadows. He's been in here before. Shadow Ripper X. Yes, I think he's foreign because sentence structure and stuff's a bit off. So, a bit off from what we consider normal. But he was wanting some information on how to get started.
Says, so the legendary bundle looks pretty met.
Yeah, I looked at it. I was like, nothing really jumps out.
Murdoch
then again, I
says,
wasn't going to get it anyway.
No super great traits.
Like nothing at all? And I tried to run, I fell, and then these kids started laughing.
Murdoch says,
and then,
nope.
That sucks. How much is it? I haven't even looked at it. Ooh, specialization point. Marks. Damn. Can I? Are those bound? Bound to account.
Murdoch says, the reason why someone would buy that would be for the different seating on Fed ships or 5/3 on the Galaxy.
50 marks. Dude, I can use those marks. Dyson Sphere. That would be for the different setting of Fed ships. 5
Arcanoloth says, Mirror Bundle is some good ships. If you like the Defiant, this one is cheaper than the first leg Defiant. Cruisers are both solid. Intrepid is weird once again. If you love the Intrepid, the fleet version is probs best for Psi.
I defiantly does not want to get that. I does not want to get that. Defiantly does not. I'm saving up for the real legendary.
It's not shaking up the meta, but it's some options for those cannon designs, which is what I expected.
Mister? Where the hell am I, mister? Access Bank. Yes, we'll put these mark packages in the bank. Nice. Damn it, didn't mean to do that. But I did mean to do that. Okay, so where did the hell did that go? It went up here.
Arcanoloth says, note that you can buy each mirror ship separately, but the mirror angle is exclusive to the bundle. Murdoch says, the Mirror Intrepid is a hybrid Psi and Beam so met, the Defiant is probably the best, just a bit stronger.
Defiantly stronger?
Arcanoloth says, so the main thing for DPS players is sad trait as ACCT unlock.
Let's see, cancel offer there, withdraw that, go here, do this.
Murdoch says,
59601.
if you want sad you have to buy the whole pack though.
Ew.
Arcanoloth says, exactly.
I wouldn't want to buy none of it. I'm a cheap bastard. I don't 12th anniversary.
Murdoch says,
Jupiter.
I already have that trait on my carrier character. Not sure if I need it for whole account.
So no to the buying of the whole ship. I thought you were going for like a
Arcanoloth says,
no more ships
you
thing.
want a DPS chase in this game. You get monetized harder than the casual story players who buy one ship then log out.
Didn't you say like you weren't about to buy any more ships ever? Hey, it's one of those weird Klingons. Female. Stream Elements says,
At Scorpwana, you still streaming?
I need to take that off of there. What we got going on over here? What we talking about over
Murdoch
here?
says, the Sovereign is only 4/4 so a beamboat. The Galaxy has 5/3 but the turn rate is so bad it's a bit of a gimmick.
They need to put Battleship in this game.
Arcanoloth says, honestly, at this point I'm of the opinion that the lunch break hour players who do less than 5 hours a week and do not notice most the bugs are getting the better experience. Stream Elements says, for a list of chat commands type, commands without quotes. This will trigger 3 bots to talk over each other spamming the channel with information. Arcanoloth says, makes me think I should play more games from my backlog.
Captain's Backlog supplemental. Like. I got an email from Steam about some games that are in my wish list or something being on sale. I'm like, I'm not about to buy shit. What the fuck?
Arcanoloth says, but I'm mostly hanging out on Twitch to socialize.
Socialize. Well, or if anything, to be bored. I mean, watching a boring streamer like myself, I mean, that's good.
Here they come.
Here they come.
Ships.
Everybody whisper.
Oh, welcome in.
Scarvin has spoken.
You.
Fire.
Just here for your safety.
Destroy all these steerings.
Nobody will get hurt.
I believe on the last day is when I'll actually do the story mission.
Arcanoloth says, haha yeah, great sleepy time material.
Great material.
Murdoch says, also, while they changed the seating, stats and skin colors, the truth is the mirror universe is very convenient for a legendary bundle. Developers didn't have to start from the ground up when it came to the ship design. It's not like we are getting a whole new fleet of ships never seen before. Murdoch says, God damn it, I wanted to do the daily with you.
Oh,
Let's hope they get
well,
the job done. Defend the hollow projectors.
we could still do it.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our system.
They're breaching our pants. And yet they're still not going to do a Terran version of
Arcanoloth
something.
says, Mirror Universe was always a fun way to reuse costumes and sets to tell a different story on the show. Stowe kind of follows this same logic. It's a low-budget episode with a twist.
They need to have like episode missions where you are a Terran, like your character is a Terran, and you have like super episodes, you know, like that kind of content.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
Dun, 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 dun. Go ram it,
Terrans now control projector beta.
Beta. There is no Beta, only Zool. Waka waka.
Those ribs aren't going to close themselves.
Damn it! Don't you get mad at me, boy. Tell you what.
Arcanoloth says, I will give credit to Disco for making the Terrans look better than any other Trek show. They nailed the sales pitch for fascism. We have tailored uniforms. Join us and look nice. Murdoch says, I guess I should be thankful that they didn't include a meta trait in the bundle because I would then feel forced to make more purchases. Well, I guess sad but I'm good.
Yeah, I'll change back over to my Archer character, and then we can do this too, because I need him to have some more discovery. No, wait, what traits is it? Omega traits.
Need to clear out the ships at Jupiter.
Murdoch says,
Or does it only
okay,
give,
cool.
or does it give, it gives to everything, doesn't it? Because I need him to have Omega, so that he can level that up to 6. Fire! Destroy all these Terran Klingons. These Klingons here. Attack and fire.
Arcanoloth says, good point. If the meta changes, people complain they are fokered to buy. If the meta doesn't change, they complain the bundle is useless. Some people are just terminally unhappy.
Yeah, I'm unhappy all the time.
You need to get those rifts under control.
The only time I'm happy is when I'm sad. Target shield
Murdoch
have
says,
failed.
I will defiantly get the Defiant though.
Defiantly. Text to speech.
You need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station.
We didn't have Meep or whatever dude from the Muppets. Meep. Muppet baby.
Arcanoloth says, I used to try and argue with people to point out that posting on forums is not a time-efficient way to find a game you enjoy. Then I realized they do not want to enjoy a game, or they'd go and do that. They want to complain, and I don't need that in my life.
That's what a lot of people do, is complain over little bullshit.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
It's like at work, the manager, his ex-husband, they have a restraining order against each other, but they keep violating it. And he came up there and burst the doors open and got really aggressive and stuff like that. So I had to use the CCTV and make a backup copy of the event, you know, and put it on a USB stick or whatever. And it's like constantly
Murdoch
people complaining.
says, did he throw his poop at you?
No, he didn't. I was not there. This happened early in the morning. But it keeps becoming an issue because we keep thinking, a few of us are thinking, that what if he comes up there postal one day and just lays us all out? You know?
Arcanoloth says, oh lordy, I have had stuff thrown at me, but never POO.
You've never had a monkey throw shit at you. You ain't lived down there long, have you? And no, she come up to me and was like, hey, I'm done when it comes to that CCTV thing. Could you figure out how to
Arcanoloth
put
says,
stuff onto...
I have seen bathrooms with POO on the walls, ceiling, doors. How do they do that?
I don't know. It happened in my
Arcanoloth
mom's store
says,
one time.
They must POO into a blender, turn it on and leave.
There was this one time at my mom's store. She used to have a hunting tackle fishing store type situation. And she was away like at a grocery store, and my dad, my sister, and myself were the only ones there. This little old lady come in and said, can I use the bathroom? We're like, sure, yeah, you know. And she stayed in there about a good 20 minutes, and when she came out, she goes, thank you, and had her walker, and she just went on, you know. And then my dad was like, I need to go to the restroom. So he goes in there, and he's like on the wall, about like 4 foot up, you know, on the wall itself, in front of the wall, side wall, all over the toilet, nothing but shit. It's like she exploded or something in there. We could not figure it out. But then I learned...
says, I'm thinking of the old man in Clerks who comes in to ask to use the bathroom.
And dies in the bathroom? Yeah. But we found out that most old people will just use their hands to wipe their ass. And then they'll wipe their hands on the wall.
Are you kidding me with this?
I know,
My
right?
ships make me invincible. Give up already.
I don't understand it. But it's something that happens. I mean, it's happened
Don't even try.
at where I work right now. There's been poop all over the walls at least a few
Arcanoloth
times.
says, absolute barbarians.
Right?
Murdoch says, that sounds like Alzheimer's.
Or just somebody that doesn't give a shit.
The Enterprise is going for Projector Alpha.
Well, we've had it where people like, there's some cleaning products in one of the restrooms where I work at, and inside of one of them, someone had put feces. And whenever you would spray it, without like actually seeing it or whatever, you'd spray it, it'd spray crap everywhere.
Arcanoloth says, I heard someone from Hong Kong complaining about mainlanders. Apparently they are county bumpkins and they POO in the streets. Murdoch says, I mean with old people the mental faculties give out, especially with mental illness.
True, yeah.
You kids have fun now.
But
Be seeing you.
sometimes people just do it. They're that way. There's still a stain on the wall of that place. If anyone ever went back in there and needed to go to the restroom.
Enterprise is near Projector Gamma.
Gammer,
The Enterprise is near Projector Gamma.
Gammer, Timmy. Fire. Dun 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 banana. Dun 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 in pajamas.
Kevsky _ says, I missed the chance to say happy V-Day to my favorite streamer.
Really?
Except the Terrans
Yeah,
was the
it's
best
past
thing.
12 o'clock,
If
isn't
you
it?
intend to test us,
Let's
be
see.
prepared for the
What do we want to
consequences.
get for this here?
Hopefully their emperor will
Favorite
listen to that
streamer.
message,
Why am I?
but I wouldn't
Who are
hold
you
my
talking
breath.
about there? See, 492, 410, Discovery. I'm trying to just get kind of everybody leveled up here. There we go. All right, we got it right there. Understood.
Kevsky _ says, happy V-Day Scorp LUL.
Happy V-Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Let's see. All right, change character over to Archer. Oh, you want me to do it to? I'm not there yet. Got to change over first. Zork. Archer. Because it's been a long
Murdoch
road.
says, change characters LOL.
Hey, you trying to capture me before I can get a chance? You gotta give me a time.
Arcanoloth
son.
says, time to go post happy Vahaj in as many channels as possible. Speedrun Twitch chat any % permaban.
For yeah, for JJ, for JJ, for JJ, for JJ. Happy for JJ's and days and doobie dabba doobie. But yeah. Wait, what? Oh, I thought that was a Voth standing there. I did thought it was a Voth. How are you doing, Kev? Didn't know you were in here. Damn, that's loud.
The Terrans will be here.
The
soon.
turn's gonna be here soon. Janeway needs her to go back over there and take a shit. Nah.
Kevsky
Janeway.
_ says, doing good, just can't sleep.
So you came here so you could sleep. Welcome to here. Oh, you've got the
Kevsky _ says, 8 a.m. class resident sleeper.
oh man.
Arcanoloth says, Terran's done gone and done it.
Done gone and done it. They done tearing their ass up. So you have to be up at an 8 a.m. class, huh? Yeah, you need to get some sleep. But if you can't,
Arcanoloth says, dang Terrans get off my lawn.
get off my lawn. You dang terrors, get off my lawn, damn it. By
Murdoch
that.
says, Mox is the love-making term from Ferengi.
Pharynginer.
Arcanoloth says, the Rippin and the Terran. Murdoch says, named my ship that.
The ripping and the
Murdoch
tearing.
says, and it's V-Day so.
The ripping and the
We're just
tearing.
here for your data. Hand
That's
it
funny.
over and no
Hey, we finally got a shot. How about that?
All ships, engage the Terran fleet.
This isn't
Arcanoloth
supposed to
says,
happen, but
these
believe
Terrans
that.
are deaf the wild women.
Enterprise, define. Take some ships and take her down. The rest of
See, I like these cannons
this isn't over.
because they remind me of on Stargate SG-1 later episode and Atlantis, the little drones that come out, you know, of the puddle jumpers and stuff.
Activate the holo projectors. Let's hope they get the job.
Thinking I want to use these
Projectors as best
for my O'Neill character.
you need to clear out the ships at Jupiter Station.
But I don't know, what kind of weapons do they have on on Stargate? Like SG-1, like the spaceship weapons. I forget what they look like. Because that's what I want O'Neill to have eventually on the ship that he will have.
To get those rifts under control.
They need to cross-faction every sci-fi show and just put all the ships from there in these games together and just have fun. I mean, since Babylon 5's coming back, they can add whatever from
Clear
that.
out the ships at Jupiter Station.
Arcanoloth says, Stargate, they used railguns on the Earth ships, until they got the Asgard tech near the end.
Asgard. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen all that, so I can't really remember what the weapons look like.
Arcanoloth says, Universe had that ancient ship. I never finished that show.
Pff, it barely ever started. So it was like, what, one season? I don't know how far you probably got into it. They have a comic book that came out after the fact. I don't think it's canon, though. But I kind of enjoyed the universe, you know, because it was like before Stargate stuff, you know, like old ancients and
Arcanoloth
stuff.
says, that one girl had some massive assets.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. For the sake of the crew. That was one of the draw lines that was in a bunch of episodes. The doctor dude and whatever like that, and guy in charge was always like, for the sake of the crew, for the sake of the crew, for the sake of the crew.
You need to get those rifts under control.
I don't know how far you may have got into that show, but it got more interesting until they had to cross like a vast like part of the galaxy, and they had to go in like hibernation stasis or something like that. So then sci-fi was like, no, we're not going to renew this. So a lot of people who have watched it think they haven't seen all of it when they have. So I don't know if that applies to you though too, because the way it ended seemed like there'd be like another season, more episodes, and it just
Murdoch
stopped.
says, watch what?
Stargate Universe. Because I like the premise of it, you know, the ship that was like planting gates in the galaxy, and there was like this signal in the origin in the universe, so the ancients sent out a
Arcanoloth
ship.
says, yeah, that franchise was winding down. People liked Anderson as O'Neill and then lost interest.
Yeah. I kept interest in Stargate. I mean, I still to this day, I like watching the movie of Stargate, you know, and Children of the Gods, the first season or first episode or whatever of Stargate SG-1. Because it's interesting stuff. I liked it.
Arcanoloth says, I was there for all of it but noticed the franchise didn't go much past O'Neill retiring.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're talking about it coming back too. So that's interesting. Even David Hewlett, I think, is jumping on board with it. I don't know what they do. They had the comic books after Stargate Atlantis too that I think are canon, like canonized if it were to be like a television thing or something. About the comic follows after Atlantis is landed on Earth, like a week later or something. There's like this self-destruct thing that starts up, and they have to like move it back to the Pegasus galaxy or something, or else it would explode and blow up the world or something like that. So they had to put it back where it was at, and of course then have to fight the Wraith some more. Pew 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 pew. Because whenever the show creators and runners and stuff like that
says, MGM looked at bringing back the TV franchise, but MGM didn't want to spend the money, so they did a pilot and hacked it into webisodes, called Origins.
Origins. Oh yeah, was that the
Arcanoloth says,
Catherine
post-sale
ones?
to Amazon. Now they are in that portfolio, so maybe they will reinvest.
Are you talking about like the Catherine Stargate prequel
Hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
with the weird roll around camera effect? I've still got that on here too. I put it together as one movie. Edited it together. We've locked down the projectors.
Arcanoloth says, MGM got left holding the bag on a Bond film during the pandemic, and that broke them financially, and Amazon grabbed them up.
Did you like the little
Is that the latest Bond film, the No Time to Die?
Enterprise is back near projector base. Shield vessels are negating your attacks on the Enterprise. Take them out first.
The Enterprise. It is the Enterprise. No, you are the Enterprise, bitch. Okay. Bitch. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew.
Don't even try to catch me.
What if we could? I wouldn't want to catch you, bitch. Where is it gonna go?
The
It's over
Enterprise
there.
is near Projector Gamma. The
I
Enterprise is near Projector Gamma.
like the premise.
Arcanoloth
What
says,
the hell?
No Time to Die was slated to release during COVID yet, so they had to hold the bag on that and didn't have the cash on hand, declared Batch Crupsy.
The Enterprise is going for Projector Alpha.
Alpha.
The Enterprise is going for Projector Alpha.
Frel, it's going after Alpha. Remember, if it's Australian and it ends in an A, it's an R sound. That's how Australians pronounce things. Anthony
Murdoch
Simcoe's
says,
bad about that.
Guess the movie found time for him.
That's right. Isn't it like the last one that Daniel Craig's gonna be in? If that's his name, I think it's his name. Then they're gonna like change it over to female James Bond,
You kids have
or we're
fun
thinking
now.
about that or something.
Don't even try to catch me.
Don't even try. Don't even try to catch me. Don't even try.
The Enterprise is near Projector Gamma.
Gamma.
The Enterprise is near
Murdochs, have you continued to watch
You know what? I'm done.
the Twin Peaks
Well
season
done.
3?
Arcanoloth says, every time it was delayed, Reddit made jokes. Looks like you have quite a bit of time to die after all, Mr. Bond.
Looks like you have time to quit. Looks like you have quite a bit of time to die after all, Mr. Bond. That's James Bond Jr. Jamie Bond. Jimmy Bond. Jimmy Dean Sausage.
Murdoch says, no, haven't been in the mood for that, I will finish it eventually.
Ah. Well, I'm officially in like the last day of Amazon, or the last 12 hours of Amazon free trial, I think. I don't really know exactly how long, so I doubt I'll be watching anything off of it tonight or more night. There's more night.
Murdoch says, thanks for the event company.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. I need to go to a terminal though and go the account bank for Archer.
Murdoch says, tomorrow I get the poop ship.
Lollipop. It's the sweet trip to a candy shop where the bonbons play. Well, whenever I got it in my inventory, I just discarded it. I mean, you can always get it again. I just don't need it right now.
Arcanoloth says, I love the one where they shoot the pic of L.E. Schiffer in Casino Royale at the poker table, so he is playing Hungry Hungry Hippos. Says looks like your hippos were not so hungry after all, Mr. Bond.
Mr. Bond. You know, I have never seen all of the James Bond movies. I think,
Murdoch says, the ending made me sad.
the ending made you see it. Tomorrow, the ending made you see it. Let's see, being the Joint Command. I mean, I think I've seen Pierce Brosnan, his version of James Bond. Daniel Craig's. Who the other guy? I don't know who that was. It was somebody else, I think. Gonna take those. Gonna take that, and that. Inventory full. Damn it. Okay. Use and use again. Got him up there pretty high. Good deal. Good deal, Lucille.
Murdoch says, apparently he didn't want to do any more 007 films, would rather play other characters. Arcanoloth says, his Casino Royale is perfect, I enjoy all the Daniel Craig ones even though Spectre wasn't good.
Well, I think, like, is he the longest running James Bond?
Arcanoloth says, GoldenEye is nostalgic for N64 generation. Arcanoloth says, I mean he is getting old and it's a physical role, so I understand yet.
Yeah. Well, they could always just CGI him in there. I mean, if they can have a digital Luke, then they can have anybody.
Murdoch says, I don't think he is the longest running though, but not sure.
For some reason, I think of like, what is it? Sean Connery. I mean, how many was he in? Again, I have not seen all of the James Bond movies, so I don't know who was on first and what's on second. I don't know who's on third. Dude, I should have used those damn ones for this.
Arcanoloth says, people are talking about who is next, but that will be up in the air until they film, and that won't be soon.
Spider-Man lives in a can, likes to go swimming with him on the man.
Murdoch says, I stand corrected.
Well,
Murdoch
I don't like to
says,
stand up.
Daniel Craig is considered to be the longest-serving Bond actor, having played the part for more than 15 years.
Oh, they're doing the years thing versus like films. Like how many films he's been in versus like years. It's almost like a Doctor Who
says,
thing.
Connery did 6, Roger Moore did 7.
Years or films? I don't know how many films there are. Well, hell, back at the end they like threw out movies left and right, you know. Low budget, they just kept on filming. But I don't know, like, if Daniel Craig is...
Arcanoloth says, Dalton did 2, Brosnan did 4,
Dalton
Craig did 5.
Yeah.
Murdoch says, Daniel Craig might have been Bond for the longest period of time, but in terms of the number of films starred in, Roger Moore is considered to have played James Bond the most.
Right.
Arcanoloth says, I do not think time between films is a meaningful metric. That's down to the studio, not the actor.
You remember that cartoon James Bond Jr.? It was like in the 90s. James Bond Jr. Man, yeah, I should have got those Discovery marks instead of like going for Omega. But I did it anyway. You do it. Oh yeah, you gotta go.
Murdoch says, Roger Moore made his Bond debut in 1975 with Live and Let Die and went on to star in a further 6 films.
So which one would be the more popular one, I wonder? Because it was like, yeah, Timothy Dalton is who I think I've seen one of his Bonds, then Brosnan and Craig, because I haven't really watched anything before that. Just maybe scenes, you know, back and forth, but not actual, like, sit through the whole movie and watch it. Spider-Man. Spooderman. James Spooderman, sir.
Arcanoloth says, most recent one is more popular because most people do not watch older films.
Yeah, I have this thing about, like, whenever I'm going to watch a movie, I see when it was filmed, like, actually, or, you know, come out or whatever. If it's more than so often old and I've never seen it, I kind of stay away from watching it, even though it's probably not a good idea, because if I'd have done that with Big Lebowski, I never would have seen Big Lebowski, because I never watched it when it came out until years later. Way years later.
Arcanoloth says, just the other day I was talking about the Nolan Batman films and some kids said, oh, you are talking about older movies.
Oh my gosh. Older movies. They're not that old. When they come out, like 2005? Like, well, I guess that would be like 15 years if that's the case. Nah, he should have said, no, if you want old, I mean, it's like just Batman. Mark 5, weapon damage proficiency, improves weapons. This is what I have so far for Gary the Klingon. It's Gary the Klingon with all his bullshit.
Arcanoloth says, kids nowadays, anything older than 2 weeks is old news.
Yeah, I guess that is true. I keep Kagan anyway, because Kagan man. I swear he looks different than he used to. The heck's up with his nostrils? What the hell happened there? That's odd. Everybody like that? No? No? Even Gary the Klingon looks okay. What the hell, Kagan? What happened? Let's see. Whoops. This is as far as I've gotten with Kagan. Kagan, man. I've got him Warrior's Blood with his melee kills up to 100 now.
Murdoch says, part of loving James Bond is the male chauvinistic humor, not gonna be into a female character for this particular role. Arcanoloth says, sometimes, Tyler's words came from my mouth. I fell down some stairs.
I fell down some stairs. Hunter's Instinct, I got to 50 on that. Enemies in space after damaging during cloak and ambush from cloak. Let's see, defeat enemies in space after damaging them during an ambush. What is it, like coming out of cloak to kill them? I don't know how I've gotten that. Got all these enemies here, peoples, and doing these episodes. My God, I hate episodes. I wonder if it's going to be like the other one. Because, like, before I ever did, like, the very last one, it gave me that, like, thing for the, for my other stuff. Endeavor missions requires level 15. What are Endeavor missions? Endeavor XP? What's that? I don't recall ever
Arcanoloth
knowing
says, at Murdoch's people have made this argument to death, and it's why people feel the character is obsolete and needs to be retired. Obs the studio is not going to stop making them, so they want to make a film that sells tickets and puts butts in seats.
Butts in seats.
Kevsky_ says, I'm confused at the Klingon recruit Endeavor rewards. Does 5 to 10% more Endeavor experience mean how fast you earn perk points or the bonuses you spend them on? Murdoch says, maybe chauvinistic isn't the correct term, closer to chivalry.
I don't know what Endeavor missions are. Requires level 15. Earn 100,000 Endeavor XP. What the hell is that?
Arcanoloth says, at Kevsky_ it's the XP track, but someone on the wiki noted you can earn faster by filling all char slots with KDF recruits, doing the first ones that give 2 bonus PTS, and then doing another one for 2 bonus PTS and just keep doing that. Murdoch says, I don't think being a gentleman and a badass will ever go out of style, but that's just me.
That's right, especially if you're Alec Baldwin on the set of whatever that
Kevsky_ says, aw thanks.
I'm glad that made sense to you, Kev, because I don't know what
says,
was said.
At Murdoch's I have no dog in this fight. I'm just saying this debate has gone on for human history and will not stop ever.
Improve the Batleth of Skovacor or whatever to XIV level. I can't upgrade it yet. So how can I do that? When does the upgrade stuff kick in? Let's see. Ramming. Bridge reward. Permission to rank of ships. Threatening stance. Bridge. Relocate mines. Permission by name. Brigadier. Whatever. Dang it, I don't see it. Unlock. Okay, and bunch of text, bunch of words. And I don't see anything about unlocking the ability to upgrade. But
Arcanoloth says, anyway, need to sleep. GG.
Good night, dude. I'm about to kick this one down in the nuts too. I just got on here to look at him and see what he was at.
Murdoch says, I dunno, I tend to think the debate is more of a recent concoction. A temporary side effect of our society's political climate. Things always swing the other way. I predict Bond comes back, with another dude.
Well, they were considering that black guy for the part, which would not have been bad. I mean, dude was pretty awesome, like, in a bunch of stuff, and he's British, and other movies that he's in, he seems like a Bond character. Then they were thinking, well, let's make Bond a woman, you know, and which, nothing against that. I just don't think a Doctor Who thing should happen to Bond. You know, because not saying that, like even in Doctor Who, when Jodie Whittaker like took the part over, that it was necessarily like bad or anything. It's just there was no story.
Kevsky_ says, Jane Bond?
Jane Bond.
Murdoch says, yeah, I would rather watch Lara Croft for the woman badass.
Exactly. Yeah, that's her Bondish thing or something, you know, or a different spy setup, kind of like it or whatever like that. But not James. Of course, James can be a female's name as well. I mean, you have that actress James King. She's what was she in? She was in a lot of stuff back in like the late '90s. I forget. It just always stuck in my head because her name was James. But yeah, and ooh, let's do this here. Ooh, okay, yeah. Bring the weapons up, son, mister. Oh, did I just do that and not like the real thing? Okay, I did the real thing. Okay, duty officers. We'll just go ahead and get that out of the way. That brings up the stuff pretty nicely. I like that. Oh, damn it. Of course, I could also bump that up a little bit more and probably get into level 21 tonight if I felt like it.
Murdoch says, we should all group up and run some episodes or TFOs sometime when Scorp ain't beholding to the usually Dyson grind.
That's right. My boring Dyson run just ruins everybody's night. But hey, I make dilithium that way. And dilithium can be money. Free monies. Monies. M-O-N-I-E-S. Monies. I do need to get this
Murdoch says,
dude up here.
well, it is the boring stream so.
Exactly. That's the whole point of it. I mean, if you want to see an exciting stream, I think Victoria's streaming right now. She's trying to gain enough donations or whatever for the new legendary Terran thing that's happening. Is there any kind of discounts happening in the store, by the way? I'm just curious. Nothing's featured there. Nothing's on sale. Wait, usually there's always something on sale. What the hell? Or whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever. Wait a minute. What does he want to do there? Promotion to Oh yeah, they want you to go to the shipyard. I don't care about going to those damn shipyard. At least on this character, I did the vault, got that mission out of the way. God, that mission. I hate that damn mission. I boosted the ship up with as much as I could and just kind of avoided all the fighting because I get so tired of doing the same thing over and over again when it comes to the story missions. Let's go ahead and get up there and talk to Transportal Chief and go to shipyard. Man,
Murdoch says, I'm gonna watch a show before I crash.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to like.
Murdoch says,
kill this off.
What should I watch?
You like watch a whole series of shows or what? Are you talking about like a 45-minute something or 50-minute something? I just had to go here and that was it? What the hell? It's been so long since I played a Klingon character doing stuff at Klingon stuff, things, person, place, or thing, or idea.
Murdoch says, oh, I should finish that one on Amazon, Jack Reacher.
Yeah, I finished
Murdoch
that
says,
the other day.
It's okay.
Yeah, I watched that finished it the other night, or morning, or what the hell ever time it was. Yeah.
Murdoch says, not my favorite style but aight.
Have you ever watched the Jack Reacher movies with Tom Cruise? I kind of like the series better than those movies. Because Jack Reacher seems like the person that is supposed to be, you know, there. That actor. I don't know his name. But Tom Cruise is just was
Murdoch
small,
says,
you know.
Oh, I think I did, but this seems so different from that.
Yeah, it's the same character, because the guy that wrote the books for Jack Reacher, they, had him there for the movies, and they also had him there for the series. And he was talking about how he did not want Tom Cruise to play Jack Reacher in the series. He wanted somebody who would be a real Jack Reacher. Like, he wrote the guy as being like this big, tough Marine guy, and Tom Cruise is only like, what, 5'6", and, or is it 5'4", 4 foot tall? I don't know. And, not
Murdoch
super built.
says, wish I had another sci-fi to watch. May have to continue watching TNG for the third time.
Well, if you didn't have a bad opinion about Farscape, I'd say watch that. It gets better. The first season is kind of goofy because it's the first season and it hasn't found its home yet, but it gets pretty good. The story and everything. You get the baddies and stuff like that going on. John Crichton's always referencing like Star Trek and stuff like that, and what would Kirk
Murdoch
do?
says, Muppets in space.
Well, yeah, but it did good. I mean, it just takes some time. You can watch Discovery's latest episode. I mean, not much going on there.
Murdoch says, okay, I will try again.
Let me tell you this much. Watch it. Watch the first season and then base an opinion of it. Instead of just the first few episodes. That's kind of how I do with the new show that I'm watching. I don't just watch the first episode or two and say, nah, this is not for me. I watch the first season, and then I'm like, okay, well, I'll watch the second one. Because it had 4, was going to have 5, but Sci-Fi prematurely killed it off because they're evil warlords or whatever. Oh, what does it say?
Murdoch says, fuck Discovery. I hope their ship explodes and we watch them all burn to death, then get sucked into a black hole but come out of the universe to repeat the process for an eternity.
Well, they found out like what alien species is causing that thing to happen. And what they're probably capable of doing if they try to fight against them or whatever like that. And found out why, in a way, that this is happening. Since you're not going to watch it anymore, I could tell you if you want to know. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. 4. Remains of Romulan Homeworld. As it turns out that, like, in this recent episode, that this anomaly was a harvester. It was harvesting something from the universe in that area so that they can go back to the aliens with it for whatever they need it for. So it wasn't meant to destroy civilizations, it's just meant to harvest, kind of like an automatic wheat farming thing.
Murdoch says, what you talking about, Willis?
I don't know. I talk out of my head several times a year. And none of it makes any sense to me either. But yeah, the aliens that sent out the anomaly, they got coordinates to where they're located. They have a rough idea of what their
Murdoch says,
civilization.
Farscape.
No, Discovery. I was talking about Discovery. Yeah, that bumped in my head a little bit more. You're in. I'm gonna call this a stream, young. Yeah, we're gonna call it a stream, ain't we there? Ain't we, Gary? Gary the Klingon. His name's Gary. His name's Gary the Klingon. Gary the Klingon was born on
Murdoch
Klingon.
Says, okay, I will watch Farscape again.
Yes. At least watch first, maybe up until episode 18 of the first season, because it's like 22 or something like that episodes.
Murdoch says, how many seasons?
4 seasons and a mini-series. It was going to be 5, but Sci-Fi pulled the rug out from under them, even though there was good ratings, and just killed it. But yes, 4 seasons, 1 mini-series called the Peacekeeper Wars, and there's comics that came after that are canon comics, like what would happen kind of comics. Plus, Gigi Edgley streams, and she was Chiana, and I got to interact with and talk to Chiana. in real life. So it's got a
Murdoch
special
says,
place in my heart.
Did you see the latest Battlestar Galactica?
The latest? Is there a new one?
Murdoch says, very good stuff. Was very surprised.
There's a new Battlestar? I wasn't aware of this. I was not aware of this.
Murdoch says, there are 2 series.
I know there's like the old Battlestar Galactica, and then there's the sci-fi like
Murdoch
version
says, I am referring to the latter.
that had Katie Sackhoff in it as Starbuck. Then they had like Caprica or whatever that they were gonna do or did do that I think I remember seeing. I'm not. Yeah, Caprica, because it was a prequel series, and I've seen those, but because it was something about some girl going into a virtual reality or something, I don't know, and the mother dying, or I don't know. If it's been within like the early 2000s to 2005 to 10, then yes, I have seen those Battlestars. But if it's something that's been coming out the past year or two,
Murdoch says, I am talking about the 2004 to 2009.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, yes, I've seen that. I've watched through the whole thing. Because it's got Trisha Helfer in it. And Gaius. Because she's like in his head wearing like a red dress. It's
Murdoch says, James Olmos.
Yes, Edward James Olmos. Because I always made fun of him almost doing what? You know, he played in Selena. Yeah, that was a pretty good show. A good interpretation of Battlestar, I must say. Makes you wonder where the original Battlestar would have gone had it lasted a lot longer than it did. It got canceled prematurely too back in the day. I think Sci-Fi Channel actually did cancel Battlestar, and that's why they only had like so many seasons. Because they're always like offering, was it 13 episodes? If 13 episodes does good, then they jump it ahead for the full season. And back then the full seasons like was 20 to 22 episodes a season, which is awesome because that was basic. And now it's like what, 10, whatever. Firefly would have done better had it been on a different station, I swear. That and Serenity, that's a good one. Brown coats and stuff. That'd be cool if they brought that back. I need to watch more of The Rookie
Murdoch
with Nathan
says,
Fillion.
Firefly was great.
Yeah. I've only watched 2 episodes of The Rookie with Nathan Fillion. Castle was awesome. Nathan Fillion was pretty awesome in that. I did like the Terminator Sarah Connor Chronicles at one time whenever it was out. But it was Terminator, so duh,
Murdoch
right?
says, what was awesome?
What was awesome? I forget what I was talking about. Castle with Nathan Fillion.
Murdoch says, you said Castle?
Yes. I even bought my mom one of the
Murdoch
books.
says, WFT is that?
Castle is... Okay, Nathan Fillion, you know who he is, correct? Well, anyway...
Murdoch says, Firefly guy.
Yeah. He plays Richard Castle, who is an author, a novelist, and he's working on these books called Nikki Heat, and he needs a reference for some new books of his or whatever. So he joins up in being like a consultant for the NYPD, where he meets Kate Beckett, and they go around like solving crimes and stuff, and he's like writing his book and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool interaction that, like, he interferes a lot with their investigations, but he's got this humor in him and all this kind of stuff. It's really cool. It's almost like if you've ever watched the Lucifer series. It's like he's Lucifer, but he's not evil. He's
Murdoch
just a
says,
writer.
Let me guess, in between crimes his penis finds his way in her hoo-ha?
Not at first, but in the latter seasons when they do date and stuff, yes. But what ABC did was they wrote the actual like Nikki Heat book series, and you can really buy it, and at the very last, like the back of the book shows a picture of Nathan Fillion, and it says Richard Castle underneath it, and it's like he is the fictional writer. And I got my mom one of the books and stuff like that, and she thought that was pretty cool because she loved that show. But yeah, and now he stars in The Rookie, which Victoria Thalen told me about, and I watched the first 2 episodes and I liked it.
Murdoch says, sounds good, but that ain't sci-fi.
Nah, it's not sci-fi. However, in one episode, a Halloween episode, he dresses up like his Firefly guy because he kept the outfit or whatever.
Murdoch says, the Rookie, hey.
Yeah, The Rookie, where he plays a rookie cop at, in his late 40s or early 50s or something like that, and they keep thinking he's going to fail. And they keep pushing him around, and frattening like with stuff, or giving him hard assignments so he'll fail or whatever.
Murdoch says, you gave me some ideas for shows. Thanks.
Yeah, there's actually, I have a little tiny list myself. Catch up on shows. Lost in Space Season 3, Snowpiercer Season 3, Letterkenny Seasons 8 to 10. I need to watch all that. But yeah, sci-fi. You get in the mood for science fiction shows, and you just want to watch more of them. I watched a type of sci-fi show
Murdoch
movie
says,
the other night.
I started watching Lost in Space Season 1, then just felt that the writing was too predictable. Murdoch says, turned me off.
Yeah, it's completely different than the TV series back in the day, that's for sure. I mean, you kind of know where it's going to go anyway. I don't like the idea that the robot's an alien. But, it is what it is, No, you know what I'm saying? Not me, what I'm saying. What are some other ones that I've seen? If you want to go old Sci-Fi Channel, they have The Invisible Man, which was pretty cool.
Murdoch says, I didn't like that lady that all she did was fuck stuff up. Was the whole plot boring?
Yeah, she was Dr. Smith, or not really, but Dr. Smith's character. Dr. Smith. Oh, Dr. Smith. Completely just messed around with that character. Good versus Evil from back then. Sci-Fi Friday stuff. Lex, if you've never watched Lex, it's worth a watch. But before you watch Lex, you have to watch Tales from a Parallel Universe, the little miniseries movie or whatever. Trying to remember all of what was going on back then. Sci-Fi Prime, that was pretty good. I like Sci-Fi Prime. First Wave, if you've never watched it, which I need to completely watch that. I only ever watched a few episodes. But it was a good show. Then this is like, late 90s sci-fi, early 2000s.
Murdoch says, is Lex a Lex Luthor story?
No, it's LEXX. It's based off of the miniseries / movie Tales from a Parallel Universe, which has the same actors actually, where you have this janitor guy named Stan, and he inherits this thing in his hand which he can control this huge ship called Lex, LEXX. And the ship is like this huge, dragonfly looking thing. It's insect based. And they have the sex slave on there who used to be this super obese woman or whatever, but she went through a genetic modifier to turn her into a sex slave. And she escapes this place or whatever with Stan, and there's this guy named Kai on there that was a Brennan G warrior, and his hair's all whipped
Murdoch
up around
says,
his head.
I like it, LOL.
Yeah, and they go on miscellaneous adventures and stuff like that, and the ship Lex talks to Stan like it's sexually active toward him, It'll go, where are we going, Stan? Said, we're just gonna go around the corner and see if we can pick up some supplies. Okay, Stan, let's go then. Okay. It lasted a pretty good while too.
Murdoch says, we need new contact with starships and sex slaves.
Exactly, yeah. And what else? Because I used to watch a lot of Sci-Fi Prime stuff. Hello, MC Wolfcat. You're just in time to watch me exit out of the stream. How are you doing? If you just woke up, my goodness, you've slept a while. Yeah. You're way off into the morning.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, hey hey.
Ah.
No been awake for a bit lol.
Been awake for a bit. Been awake for a long time. Boris posted a new video that I kind of
MC Wolfcat 1 says, not groggy. I repeat, not groggy.
Not groggy.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, P.
I repeat, I'm not groggy. I repeat. Boris went to Dubai to visit that city and sample its goods and things.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, LOL, how's you?
I'm doing all right. I had an okay day. Before now, because since it's morning time. I mean, yesterday, an okay yesterday. It was all right. I bought myself a Valentine heart box with chocolate. And I ate almost all of them on my way home from work. But yet.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, oh nice.
Yeah, what are some other sci-fi shows from back then? Oh, Murdoch's, if you've never seen Mystery Science Theater 3000, that's worth a watch. That will have you watching it for years. Because that started in like the late 80s, early 90s. And it...
Murdoch says, yes, of course I've seen that, haha.
Okay, yeah. But Riff Tracks, have you went to Riff Tracks? It's the audio tracks you can get for newer movies and stuff that they do. With Mike Nelson and everybody.
Murdoch says, have you seen The Last Starfighter?
Yes, Last Starfighter. I remember that. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. It's kind of weird, though, that alien, like, morphing into that guy. The Last
Murdoch
Starfighter.
says, it's still good, even now.
Night of the Comet with some, not zombies, but people that are slowly decaying and turning into, ash. And need fluid or something. I can't remember. That's the same woman played in that played in The Last Starfighter, too. Because they all, like, there's a scene they run around and they just
Murdoch says,
get everything.
okay, I gots to go. Tired.
Yeah, I'm kind of
Murdoch
getting there
says,
myself.
Good evening, Wolfie. I'm gonna watch a show and crash, so good night.
Yeah, I think
Happy V-Day.
I think I was gonna watch
love, cow type love bop 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 bop.
Bop ba doo ba da ba doo ba doo ba da ba.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, I was actually surprised to see you still streaming LOL. Thought I better come and look to make sure your stream wasn't hijacked LOL.
Nah, I just been talking.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, at Murdoch's Glitch Cat and Wolf 2 Goof 2020 Glitchy.
This is Gary the Klingon. He is my Klingon recruit. I've yet
MC
to
Wolfcat
customize
1
him.
says, have a good Murdoch's.
Have a good Murdoch's.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, Gary.
Gary the Klingon. Coming soon to a TV near you. Yeah, I haven't put him through the tailor yet to customize him, so he's just standard right now.
MC Wolfcat 1 says, LOL, I forgot the one, ha ha ha.
Yeah, Gary the Klingon. Everybody's in line to hear the glorious battles. Yep, he's level 20, almost 21. I've kind of just been running him around doing nothing while talking. Did you have a good Valentine's Day?
MC Wolfcat 1 says, I must carry on working on my Klingon also.
Cling on me when you're not strong. Gary the Klingon. Cling off. Now look over here to your left. Yes, that's a good Klingon. Yes, nice pictures there. Yeah, nice. Think you're right? Okay. Okay, you are wanted for the crime of being a Klingon. Okay. Alright, I think I've gone a good while. 3 hours and 20 minutes of doing nothing but talk. I mean, playing this game. Playing game! We love playing game, you!
MC Wolfcat1 says, yes, it was a great day. Stream was good and then me and Hubs just chilled lol, but no Valentine's Day chalks or flowers, which was cool lol.
Yeah.
MC Wolfcat1 says, playing is fun.
That's a lot of stuff too, like down here where I'm at.
Stream
or,
Elements
well, I guess
says,
up here because you're
for a
further
list of chat
more south
commands
than I am.
type, commands without
Okay,
quotes.
thing. Okay, bot.
This will trigger 3 bots to talk over each
Uh-huh,
other,
okay,
spamming the
bot.
channel with information.
Yeah, bot. Okay, thank you, bot. Bye-bye, bot. Okay. But yeah, there's been a lot of people that haven't even bothered like
MC Wolf1
buying
says, LOL.
like Valentine's stuff for each other, just being there with each other, other than just like things, you know. I mean, there was this one guy, since I work in retail. He came in and he was just saying, well, I'm just going to get a card for her because we both agreed not to get each other anything, but if she surprises me with something, at least I'll have something in return, you know. And he said if not, then I'll just save it for next year. So there was a lot of that, you know. We have a lot of stuff left over because no one's really buying anything. You know, they're just kind of celebrating. Even this one guy said that instead of buying his wife anything, he was going to just treat her to like a steak dinner. You know, that was it. I don't know. A lot of the holidays all over the world, you know, we've gotten too monetized and too involved in like physical objects versus like kind deeds or whatnot, and just memories to hold on to or whatever. So I think it's good to step back from
MC
that.
Wolfcat1 says, yeah, that's more memorable. Have dinner.
Yeah. I said, well, is it going to be candlelit? He said, no. I said, okay, indoor lighting. He said, no, I think we're just going to build a fire outside next to the cooker, you know, and after making the steaks, just sit by the fire and just, you know, just have a moment. I'm like, sounds good. I mean, yeah. Memorable. That's the better way, other than the like wasting all your money on stuff that's only gonna last for like a few
MC
seconds.
Wolfcat1 says, nice.
Yeah. Yeah. See. Yeah. Okay. Well, I hate that you just like popped in and then now I'm gonna be leaving. But yeah. I'm gonna watch something for maybe an hour and then head to bed myself. You have a good day there, MC. Good morning, good day, and then good night. Yeah. 'Cause I'm gonna get off of here, and one day maybe
MC Wolfcat1 says, yeah, 'cause all the Valentine's stuff is also overpriced anyways. Is okay, Scorpy. Enjoy your watch time and have a good rest.
Thank you. You have a good one too. Can I do a salute? Yes, Klingons can salute. Okay, that's weird. I mean, they should do Qapla' more than like whenever you type salute, they should do Qapla'. Qapla'. There it is. Qapla'. It's too fast. It needs to slow it down. All right, that will be it for me. I want to thank. Was it Shadow Ripper came and talked to us. Arcana Loth was in for a long time and helped Shadow Ripper understand some things about the game and myself about the game.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
MC Wolfcat1 says, P.
Repeat. The imposter is not to be injured.
I need to fix that one, but Yeah. See, I added it for you.
MC Wolfcat1 says, ha ha ha, the best.
Shatner at his best. The overacting is awesome. The face he makes. Maybe I should make that into a GIF that pops up onto the screen. You know, like a little animation part or whatever, that whole scene of him like knocking things over. I'm Captain Kirk. I'm Captain Kirk. I'm Captain Kirk. And the face he just makes is like, you know, you're like, okay. What the hell was that? But yeah.
MC Wolfcat1 says, he he he.
Captain Kirok. Alrighty then. And I'd like to thank you for popping in too. All the lurkers that may be out there that I'm not aware of. I'm not aware of any of them. Yeah, I don't see any lurkers. It's weird, like with the viewer count thing
MC
being
Wolfcat1
inaccurate.
says, 2020 glitchy, love.
2020 glitchy. Alright, I'm going to shut her down in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye, everybody, and a smile from Gary the Klingon. Good night. Or more night. Good more night. Morning and night. More night. Ning is Richard, what's his name? Manning. Richard Manning from Farscape would say. All right.